Oh, you forgot to do the Chila G loop.
We're about to. Good afternoon. Welcome to Mongrel Radio.
That's the wrong order.
Good evening. Welcome to Mongrel Radio. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming uprising that apparently is happening.
QAnons are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah,
It's a little bit worse than QAnon after doing.
Oh, it's getting a little rough now.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll talk about the fall of democracy. And
Hey, that's the
QAnon.
thing about goalposts. They move quite often.
People don't realize how much.
Before we talk about all that, we should probably introduce ourselves. My name is Marco. I will be the host of this show. Across from me
Is everybody, but I'll go. I'm Sammy Gonzalez,
Literally
a.k.a. the Mexcellence, and I'm not sponsored once again, but Waterloo Sparkling Water Watermelon.
You really love those.
They totally can. And that's not just what I'm holding.
Drinking, but all right.
They are delicious. I am Tommy McGrew. That's it. That's my name. Yeah, that's us.
So, last month we did back-to-back episodes, and then we took a break from, I guess, my shows or my runs.
Well, TJ left the country, so we were like,
State.
I mean, whatever. Might as well for him.
He legitimately had a Memorial Day vacation.
Right.
Which is,
He did. He deserved
we
it.
probably should have had one as well.
I think we kind of sort of did.
Yeah, I gave that to you guys. I just didn't tell you, and then you guys squandered your time. Is
Well,
there
no,
like a bug or
Marco
something?
was.
No, bro, it's your pubes.
Oh,
It's
no.
the beer,
Sammy,
dog.
Sit down when you do that.
I don't use laptops.
stand up.
I use my phone, all right?
Well, that's not
This
where you're
guy-
cheating yourself if you're doing that.
Hey, that has so
a
many
big screen
so many
right there.
DPIs right there.
Look at that screen, actually.
Yeah, they don't make them widescreen, okay? They don't have widescreen pornos.
They actually do.
Well, I didn't know that. You're going to have to help me with the links later.
Bro,
but
they
not
make
right now.
VR porn. Look,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy a headset. That's
They're like
weird.
$5.
No, I'm
bucks.
just saying, if they make VR porn, they obviously make widescreen.
I
and
can't bring my
4:3.
widescreen and just be like, whoa! I could see
I have
the...
a VR thing for my phone. I'll let you borrow
Don't touch me with
it.
that hand after you told me that. Yeah, nasty.
Oh, it is his right hand.
I washed it. Jesus.
That's why we're getting rid of handshakes post-COVID, because everyone's been jerking it too much. Ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone, yeah. That's why they're going to call it. I didn't come up with this. I told you guys what summer's supposed to be called. Summer of 2021. Slutty summer.
Slutty summer.
That's what they're going for.
Well, it could be Uprising summer. Who knows?
One or the other, man.
We don't know.
That accordion right now is the crescendo. So I was going to see this as a kind of a lighthearted, more lighthearted than we normally do,
How
actually.
the fuck?
Oh no, QAnon.
I was about to say more lighthearted than we normally do, just in the sense that it was like we haven't done an episode in a while. It would be like not the greatest to start by punching people in the dick.
I can show restraint.
Well, no. This one is there. We can laugh at them.
Yeah, because we're all on the same page.
Yeah, no, yeah. This, if you see the
Yes,
title of this,
look.
if you know real quick, if you see the title of this and think that we're gonna be pro conspiracy, fuck you. That's dumb. If you're at the
not
Q,
happening.
you're a dumb man. You're a dumb woman.
I mean,
Get help.
We said versus the uprising, so that kind of
I'm changing it. It's gonna be a YouTube different.
versus. Then it would be versus QAnon. Either way, it's not. We're indicative of being in support of it.
We want to fuck them up.
I don't.
Verbally?
He does not speak for
Verbally, I
the
said.
two people.
Verbally.
Oh, you don't even speak for me with that.
What are you talking about? The Mexcellence Corporation speaks. I am the corporation, and you're on the show, which is also the
Oh,
corporation.
now I gotta leave and
Therefore,
call a
you're
lawyer.
me.
Look,
It's in the bylaws. Didn't you read the contract?
I didn't know I signed
It was in the
one.
Google Doc.
I didn't.
This is gonna be my first hand slap and be like, all right, calm down. I know you're really excited because you haven't done a podcast in 6 days.
Yeah, we got a lot of pent up opinions. Not really. We're all on the same page. It's insanity, but we're gonna approach it in a different way.
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying, hey, you wanted to do this topic.
I did.
Why?
Because it's the end of the world.
As
Like-
we know it.
Like, no, it's Have you in your? How old are you, Marco? Again?
I am 32.
32. You're
30.
12. Oh, 30. Yeah, right. So we're all in our 30s. In my 34 years, about to be 35, I have never seen anything like this before in my lifetime. I've read something about it, and it was called the Civil War, and that scares the shit out of me.
Really?
It's something that's very easy to laugh at and to brush off and be like, oh, it's a bunch of crazy assholes, yada yada. It's a lot of fucking crazy assholes that seem to be growing.
It's like Hydra. Like, remember when everyone was kind of
exactly
like, "Hail Hydra"?
It's a mixture of fucking Nazis and well, no, Nazis were Hydra.
Yeah, it's Hydra.
But not as smart. It's
Right.
dumb Hydra. That's what it is.
I don't even want to give them that because Hydra's kind of cool.
Hydra is pretty
It's got like
fucking
Red
cool.
Skull's the leader.
A badass logo.
They're like, I don't even know.
Theirs is a letter. Like, that's...
The Q kind of looks like a tentacle.
It's a...
So fine, it's a one-tentacled octopus. Or Hydra, I'm stupid, octopus.
It's a mutated octopus with one tentacle.
It's just a puss. That's all it is.
No
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Okay, yeah.
What? You think I was just making it up? I'm smart. That was wordplay, baby.
Good for you.
But QAnon. The funny thing is, I was aware of QAnon at the beginning, like right when it was starting.
California is a
Well, no,
hotbed.
it was just 4chan. You would see like I would be on Reddit, and 4chan's popular enough. So and I used to be on it, and I was a teenager, and then I got the fuck out of there because I grew up. And someone was like, "Yeah, this thing's happening." Q, and then send. And then people were like, "Oh yeah, this is real. This person's gonna be out in this," and like people were, and it was just quiet enough to where you could just start saying things, and then like nothing would happen and no one would care.
Right.
But somehow, in between me living life and like drinking with my friends and talking to girls and doing all that stuff, it just kept going without me. Once I just stopped paying attention to it, to the point where I saw it on CNN one time. I'm like, wait. The stupid assholes on 4chan or asshole on 4chan?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, yes, dumb. Because everything on 4chan is dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty
And so
terrible.
now that it's like a thing, it was like the first time, and I swear to God this happened,
Yeah.
where Pepe the Frog was explained on MSNBC at my mom's house. I was at home with my mom and Rachel Maddow's explaining what Pepe the Frog is.
Yeah.
And it blew my fucking mind.
You didn't know what...
I knew exactly what it was.
Okay.
But the fact that my mom watches Rachel Maddow, and Rachel Maddow was talking like, Pepe the Frog, is he a white supremacist? No. And it's like, what the fuck, Rachel Maddow? Memes are not real. You should not be talking about memes. There's more pressing issues than memes.
Well,
And now,
yeah.
a meme, as it were, is one of the harbingers of destruction in our
it's
democracy.
literally the mechanism that a lot of these people communicated.
Right.
But it did start. It was 4chan was the vehicle for it.
it was the birthplace.
Right.
But from my research, because I'm not a QAnon, I didn't know about it before. I've never been to the QAnon website.
It's
Oh,
funny 'cause
I never went to the website.
No,
Let's
never,
be clear.
No, I watch CNN. I read articles from viable sources
Right.
about QAnon because I want it to be no mistake.
Have fun at work, Ray.
Oh, goodbye, Ray. Yeah, I wanted to be. Yeah, no, these people are lunatics. But the fact that this is happening, it's both fascinating and scary as fuck. To me, at least, because I'll explain throughout this podcast where it is now and where we are now. It's not. I don't see the road going to a great place. Hopefully, something can happen to intervene to put it back on track.
I got an idea.
The track it's on, it doesn't seem
Just
great.
to go back to at least our backgrounds with it.
Right.
So there's always been weird conspiracy things. Like in the
Always.
90s, it was cute. It was Del Gribble and UFOs and what is the government hiding at Area 51?
Yeah.
And that is, I feel,
The
like,
most innocent of conspiracy
Right,
theories.
right.
Comparatively. But you're right. Every era seems to have a
Conspiracy theories were whimsical.
Yeah.
Like Bigfoot's real and Nessie and I don't know. Aliens would be the worst one. They're hiding
Right,
aliens.
they
And now aliens are everywhere.
That's a real thing, and no one really seems to care that much.
Yeah, we're like, cool. Are they going to murder us? No, not yet. Okay, cool. We're fine. I mean, if we get murdered by aliens, that's the dopest story ever.
Is it though? You
Yeah.
want to be the guy Independence Day that was like,
no,
oh,
no.
Not the first guy, but like if they're moving faster than radar, that we can even track them, that means they're going to explode us instantly, and I kind of want that fate if I'm going to go out.
With COVID, the whole saying was, we're in this together, so if that's how we all go out, hey, we're in it together.
Yeah, if they take all our water like signs, that's cool.
It could be a war of the worlds where they die by water. We don't know. Marco.
So the whole idea of like dilution, like making liquor, is like, hey, we're just going to keep putting it through the system until we get like the source of it, kind of thing. And I feel like social media kind of distilled it to the point that it was like, all the whimsy was taken away. It became a lot. Social media literally made it the angriest versions of the Dale Gribbles. Just
no. And the reason how they did that, one of the things I studied was like the fact that you can create these little environments of these little subjects, like subsets. Like back in the day, you had a town crazy person who was like, the moon's made of cheese. And everyone's like, fuck off, Gary. And then Gary goes away. He gets banned from society because he thinks the moon's made of actual cheese.
Right.
Now, there's an online cheese society that you can go log on to every night. And they can say, yeah, the cheese is, and here's proof. And they just make up their proof. Yeah, and they have validation. They got people they can meet up with. And like you said, get angry at the outsiders because now these weird people who would have been outcast now have their social circle of equally crazy people. Now, or more than likely, there's somebody near the top that's feeding them this cheese, lack of a better term, and just manipulating people who are poor or disadvantaged or hell, even mentally disabled in some ways. That's how like cults work and stuff. So it's the same thing. It's a cult. And so
that's exactly what it is.
And so it's just that's how they operate, right?
I would say the thing that makes a little bit difference is that they aren't legitimately making up. All the way conspiracy theories work is that if I say the moon is made out of nickel or something, everyone's just like, whatever.
Right.
There has to be an ounce of truth in it. Not that the cheese thing works, but QAnon built their reputation, or at least they jumped because of Anthony Weiner. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. He keeps showing his wiener.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was.
The irony.
Showing his wiener. It wasn't it to underage girls?
I'm not sure if it was under. No, I think it was just random people.
Yeah.
I don't think they're underage though.
Well, that's
he's a sex pervert.
Yeah, he is a sex pervert. But that was what started QAnon, because the whole thing about QAnon, or the whole belief is, or what they prey upon is
pedophiles.
Take care of the children.
Take out the pedophiles.
Take care of the children.
Satan worshippers and pedophiles is the core.
Blood drinkers and sex harems.
In reality, it's black people. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, Wayfair sells children in boxes, wholesale.
They will believe it.
That is definitely a QAnon conspiracy, but that comes 3 conspiracies later as far as...
Right, no, I'm just... I know I'm jumping ahead, but like, good God.
Yeah.
Good God.
I mean, that ounce of truth was they weren't keeping track of their inventory, and some things were listed incredibly dumb.
There's an algorithm, yeah.
Yeah. But when you show it to people that don't understand how stalking or websites work,
right,
and they see the Annabelle closet,
that's $4,000.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
They don't think about the logistics of what it would actually take to ship a child, or
right, because if they were in society, they'd be like, Gary, get the fuck out of here. That's insane. What are you talking about? And Gary would go away, isolated from society, and come up with his own, being like, is that crazy? And he'd either be like, I want to go back to society, so I'm gonna just shut up about it. 2, be like, oh, that is crazy. I'm just gonna go back to society regular. Or 3, be in the wilderness thinking that Annabelle's in the box. Isolated.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't get to be that around people.
Right.
And he doesn't convince anybody.
That's a contained crazy.
But now that you got the web chats and everything like that, wow, I sound like an old man. You got web chats and those things.
I mean,
the AOL.
The internet innocently, or at least social media, was like, you like pictures of cats.
Right.
Like pictures of cats. Get more pictures of cats. Meet more other people that like cats. Here's a group about cats. And what it ended up being is like, you think Obama is a blood-sucking
secret Muslim
with
his terrorist fist bump.
Yes. So
which is a made-up thing.
Yeah. Meet these other groups that they believe the same thing.
Right.
Like, algorithms.
Right. And the more people that are involved in something like that, the more credence it has.
Right.
Flat Earth Society, another perfect example. Earth's not flat.
Shout out to Kyrie Irving.
We know that. But if 1,000 people tell you, you lonely dumb asshole, that the Earth is flat, and you go, wait, friends? Yeah, the Earth's flat. And then some people like they'll come out of it and they're like, yeah, I was dumb. I was like in a bad spot and I needed some socialization. And COVID, I feel, has led a lot of people down these conspiracy paths.
You've talked for a while.
Go ahead. I'm waiting. Yeah, you
So
could interrupt me at all times.
You skipped a big chunk of when this really popped the fuck off, Sammy.
Let me guess. Does it have to do with black folk?
Oh, it always had.
That's what I was wondering. I was making the assumption because it probably does.
We're gonna factor it in throughout this. No, this was a fringe group. They're fringe as fuck. That's what they are. They are the fringe.
Yeah.
But now they're the fringe that have united, okay?
Right.
But still, the fringe without a leader is really just nothing. Like you said, the isolated guy out in the middle of the fucking woods.
Right.
But you know what? When you get a king, a god king, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
By the name of Donald J. Trump, then shit really pops off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you have a fucking president who prioritizes.
But then let me backtrack that point then.
Yes.
Which is COVID was a huge amount of strife. That was strife incarnate, though. Yeah. He was just making shit
COVID
up.
comes with him.
Right, right. But he was making shit up in the lead up to create disarray and fear
already.
And that's not what he intended. He's just a dumb man.
He didn't intend to get elected.
No, but he's just a dumb man.
He's an uneducated man. And guess what? What do I say? Which I hate to fucking say, but it's the truth, and I'm about the truth. It's a lot of not smart people in America.
Right. No.
And he represented a lot of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that he was so dumb. People think that was on purpose, that he was creating discord and doing it so he can manipulate and do that, and puppet master and do all that. Yeah. No, he just was a dumb man. But it's easier to believe.
We're talking about Q. Key.
Talking about Q. Yeah. See, you didn't put in the title. You didn't know what the fuck we're talking about. But anyway, but
he's also like an hour late,
and he's also probably super high right now. But sorry, putting on a blast. But so you have this thing where people go, oh, he's creating this discord so he can reveal the truth. Because when it comes to conspiracy theories, the running gag or theme is that they put things together, random things together to make a linear path because they can't believe those things independently. They can't believe that one of the most powerful men in the world is a fucking dipshit. But they go, he's a dipshit because he's going to stop all the pedophiles. They can link that together because that's crazy, and that's crazy. But linearly, they make sense in the chaos of crazy.
And Hillary Clinton runs the cabal out of a pizza parlor in Florida.
I don't think they thought Hillary ran it. As far as I understand, it was just...
There was a Hillary element to it. She was aware of it. Yeah. She was aware of a pizza...
She ran it. No, not ran it. She had something to do with it.
She was involved in Pizzagate, which is the next big thing. Which, yeah. So I was actually...
I like the timeline here, by the way, because this is a legit timeline. Yeah.
I was actually in D.C. the week before Trump took office, like the inauguration and everything.
I'm so sorry.
Well, you know what's funny is that the whole city had that energy to it. Like,
I noticed the inauguration photos that was a whole thing.
Everyone was morose.
Yeah.
Well, it was worse than what you think it was. Like,
I've been around after a school shooting. I imagine it was similar to that. Where everyone's just kind of reserved to themselves. Nobody wants to talk to anybody. Everyone's kind of skittish.
The thing about an after-school shooting is it's a tragedy, but it's a tragedy that you can blame someone. You can blame the shooter and the problems that he has.
Technically, 50% of America was the shooter in this situation.
So you can't really
just look at
put a face to 150 million people.
But just how skittish you are accusing people that your own inherent bias. That white motherfucker voted. I know he did. I fucking know he did. And then you just hate people because they play to your bias. That's scary.
Well,
it's kind of where we are, though.
I know, but that's scary though. If you let that run wild, where it's like, oh, that guy's Mexican. He voted for Biden. He supports pedophiles. Like that's how they think, right?
That's how they think. That's what I was about to say.
But like even the reverse of that is, man, that guy voted for somebody who wants to cause harm to Mexicans and defund poor people and give and that was tangible and real, and then he did it.
So I would say, to their defense, not QAnon's defense, but just people that voted for Trump, he didn't run on that kind of campaign. Like, exactly. But what I will say, for the city...
I understand it. I just hate them.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But the energy that I was talking about that was a little bit worse. So my friend Jeff, who I was actually going to ask to be on this podcast, I just got caught up with the day. He campaigned with Joe Biden. He knows him personally.
Nice.
Okay.
And so when we went there, Joe Biden didn't win in 2016. It was Hillary lost. So he knew people that were employed throughout the city, and a lot of them got laid off.
Yeah.
Because when Trump took office, he was like, I want my cooks, I want my people, I want my valets, I want, like, it was, so you've seen, what's, The Help, I think is the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't happen
Terrible.
under Trump. Trump replaced everyone. All the cooks, all the, like, everyone had to pass his, like, litmus test in order to stay with the job.
Pluck Jackie Kennedy's roses. Sorry, I'm mad about
Destroyed
that.
that shit.
Mad about that. That's something
should
trivial,
be.
but it seems trivial. But
No,
fucking
it's not
shit,
trivial because how are we going to remember this time in that time rather in history?
In quieted, hushed whispers, I hope.
Well, what do you mean that time? It's not over yet.
Very true. I'm in just the presidency part. I'm not talking about the overtaking.
The eternal stress.
What do you mean about the presidency part? That might not be over.
August the parent.
Oh, we'll get there, baby.
We'll get there for
Doodle-doo,
sure.
conspiracy theories
We're going in linear
never
order
end.
today.
That's my conspiracy theory song.
But yeah, no, the whole city was depressed.
Yeah.
We went and drank at apparently it was a famous bar where everybody goes to hang out with that like isn't top tier like a politician, but it's just like this is where Secret Service.
It just cracks me up that they're like, you know, there's sports bars in different cities. Like this is a Raider bar, this is a Houston bar, there's a Democrat bar, there's a Republican bar.
No, it's not even that because they mix.
They mix a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The 90s, that's all they did.
I would set Trip so hard, I'd be like, Democrat bar only. Fuck you.
Joe Scarborough used to have
you don't get a
drinks
choice.
with
Let's
Democrats
say,
all the time.
Let's say you're an intern for Nancy Pelosi. You still hang out with the intern of Ted Cruz.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, hey, so who do you work for? Ted Cruz?
They're on
Face
the same,
palm.
It's an internship. They got to do it.
Ted Cruz
Doesn't mean
pays more than Nancy
They don't
Pelosi.
like. No one likes Ted.
Yeah, because he's
His
a dickhead.
mom
Yeah,
doesn't like him.
Yeah, yeah. of course,
Literally, his mom doesn't
Marco,
like him.
nobody would work for him if he didn't pay the top premium.
Yeah.
But that's the point: is that he pays the top
He
premium,
has
so
to.
people
No,
want to
because-
work for him.
Yeah.
It's come full circle.
You know what? You know what makes me feel good about that? I don't pay you guys shit, and you guys are doing this for me, so I appreciate
Because
you.
you're the anti-Ted Cruz.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's
Yes,
the nicest. That would be
that's
the,
really
that would be the
extreme.
nicest thing you ever said to me.
Holy shit, that's
'Cause-
damn near godly. No.
Yeah, I'm about to say. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Tommy. I'll take
that
it.
back.
No, you don't take that back. It's.
I
I'm
gotta
not-
walk it back.
I'm cutting all of this.
I gotta walk it
This is
back.
all getting cut.
You are nowhere near Ted Cruz, but you're not the anti-Ted Cruz. That's Jesus.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Just do a hair flip. When you switch the camera and did a hair flip.
Got his Sean Hunter
I'm just
on.
sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was like, I have no hair. It's fine. But like, he switched the camera and then did it.
Yeah.
I've never seen him do that.
Yeah.
You're not a hair
Went
flipper.
straight 90s
I
on
can
us.
now.
I know. It's adorable.
It's sad that you never can.
I never could. My hair's curly. My hair is like super. That the pubes, my beard hair, it's curly. I can rip out my beard hair. It's fine.
Don't
Please
do
stop.
that. Yeah.
It happens.
It's gonna stop growing, and then you gotta be patchy. You're already going bald.
I'm already bald.
Yeah.
Point is, we're not talking about my beard. Go back to
Get a
QAnon.
skull tat. Let's go. Continue with the.
You have the weirdest request for me.
Yeah, because I want the best for you. But go
sad-
ahead, Marco.
Just to get us right back in the rail track, I ate at the pizza place that is supposedly the Pizza Gate
was it
place.
Cosmo Pizza?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it there's no basement for one.
Of course it isn't. Of course it's not a basement. Marco.
There's probably like public documents that say that, like schematics.
Yeah, you can look up, like
Sam.
working for insurance.
Yeah, you can look up. That's the first thing I did. I was like, yeah, you can look up
Yeah.
the schematics in the public record.
The funny thing is, we're all in our 30s, so we remember a time where the internet wasn't what it is. Now.
Yeah, or you go to find a microfiche and you're like, all right, here it is.
They wouldn't know how to. A 19-year-old wouldn't know how to operate a micro.
And that's how you got rid of a lot of the crazy. It's like, go to the library and look up this bullshit. And they're like, I don't want to go to the library.
Yeah.
But now they're on their phone on the toilet like, yeah, this is real. The
Connecting
pizza
with
place,
each other.
it's got children galore. Why a pizza place?
Why not?
Because
No, why a pizza specifically? Why a pizza place?
I feel like whoever Q is, which is
because it was before DoorDash and before Uber Eats really were the essentials that they are.
The titans that they were.
So it was, what do you call to order in? You order pizza, and a pizza place exists that delivers. That's the ounce of truth that created the fake
Children delivery
so they're being
service.
delivered was the thing.
Yes.
So they basically just
you
did a
would-
Coming to America,
So-
spun
so-
a globe, pointed to a place, and said, "Find the pizza place here," and we'll say that, "Hey."
No, go to DC, order a pizza. We're gonna put a kid in one of those pizza oven box things.
Hansel and Gretel in
we're
this
gonna,
bitch?
we're gonna carry him like that.
Hansel and Gretel
Put
is
him in
what
the
we
back
do now,
seat,
okay.
drive him around.
Yeah.
Out the front door.
Good God.
Because children can fit apparently those pizza box things.
Because they're all the same size.
12-year-old, damn near teenager, can
All the
fit
same
in a
size.
pizza box.
Yep. Yep. And the little thing.
No,
that keeps it warm.
the idea was, and you're kind of close, and you're
I'm making it up, and I'm
As he
kinda
goes,
close.
Your
of
blog-
course you are. Go.
his Google is now fucked, by the way, because
Oh yeah,
Pizzagate.
you
but-
safe search on
But
private search.
so the idea is like you order
Doesn't
a pizza
work.
and you'd be like, I want Asian spices on it, and then you would get an Asian kid, or you would say, I want extra mozzarella cheese, and you'd get
An Italian kid? That's just racism. I immigrants is race.
I have a question. I'm sorry. That's why I rose my hand.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a menu essentially.
That's what the rumor or the fake rumor was.
Did anyone hear phone calls for these orders, Asian spices on a pizza, which I've never heard of, but that was really what they did, was shit like that. Did they ever hear recordings of these? Did they ever hire a private investigator to follow these pizza/child delivery men?
They hired private investigators that probably never left their house.
and said, yeah, because they were probably paying them a shitload, and said, hey, yeah, no, I saw a kid go into. So, unvalid source.
So, but here's the thing about conspiracy theories that is always my favorite thing about if you just want to really unpack any conspiracy theory is how many people have to keep it a secret for it to function, which means all those dipshit teenagers that were making the pizzas and delivering the pizzas had to shut up about it and be paid probably really well to shut up about it. You're telling me Marcus, 16 years old, Puerto Rican kid in New York working at a pizza joint is going to shut the fuck up for $8 an hour? No, he's going to be like, he's going to do his job, deliver children, and then go to his homies, smoke a blunt. Be like, hey, man, fucking another day of delivering children. Shit's weird, man. No, he's going to want to be paid top dollar. And if a 16-year-old Puerto Rican kid delivering pizzas is making $100,000, then something is amiss. But that never happened because it's not real.
As a step back, you need to understand that most of these people, these actual QAnon people, don't even understand how drugs work.
Which was, again, my point.
What do you mean by
These are the
that?
people
Hold on. I need him to break that down. What do you
Okay.
mean by that? They don't know how drugs... Like, you mean like pharmaceuticals?
No, that's not what I mean at all.
Like aspirin? Because I don't know how aspirin works.
No.
It just does.
Let me put it this way. So there are exceptions to the rule.
Okay.
But the average drug dealer in Chicago, how much do you think they make in a year?
If they're doing well, a couple tens of thousands? Maybe 100,000 if they're good at it?
Like 40.
Most drug dealers make just a little bit above minimum wage.
Oh, most drug dealers. I'm thinking kingpins.
They live in the projects.
Yeah.
They can't afford nice places. They're not living the Scarface life.
Right.
They're literally making just ends meet.
So tens of thousands, maybe to 20,000 most.
Still below the poverty line.
Fair enough.
But to the average person that doesn't know how drugs work or has never bought drugs,
Right.
they think every drug dealer is living the Scarface life.
I've never bought drugs, so like I've never gone to a guy and been like, "Give me one drugs, please." I don't know
Give me
how
one drug.
I don't know how it works. So there you go. I'm off the hook. FBI, fuck off. I think drug dealers make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But so if they don't know how drugs work or how many people they got to be hushed up, most people don't understand the schematics that you're talking about to how a child sex ring works.
It's a lot of things they don't know how they work. Marco, I don't think
That now, Tommy, you were laughing at you about it being scary. It's getting scarier for me now.
Oh, it's gonna get scary as this shit continues, by the way.
God.
It's gonna get terrifying, man. So
I mean, Trump is actually not a QAnon believer. Like, he was just propped up by QAnon.
can we use that in the past tense?
He's getting there.
He's leaning very, very close towards that because
Well, we're getting ahead. That's
getting
last
ahead.
week. That's
What
last
I-
week or this week even.
What
Yeah,
I was gonna
we
say-
are at the pizza
point I
parlor.
was going to try to make
Yeah.
was this does lead to two members of Congress that do believe in QAnon.
Which is Marjorie Taylor Greene. And is Matt Gaetz the other one?
no, it's
No.
Laura.
Lauren
But
Boebert.
Boebert.
Oh, Matt
Matt
Gaetz
Gaetz
is just
plays
a
the
weird
line of
sex
it.
pervert too.
He's an actual pedophile, but they don't care about that.
He purchases naughty favors
So
from college
An
girls.
alleged. I
I have the
apologize.
list here of everybody that ran that believes that had like a QAnon sticker as they were
Yes,
campaigning.
it's way more than you think. You're thinking state. I mean, you're thinking
2, 3.
whole government level, United States
Well,
government.
a lot of
level.
them didn't win, is what it comes down to.
But that was this.
But the
time.
fact that they had
was
they
this
thought they had a
time.
chance.
That was this election year.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
but it's more.
let's
an
just do
actual
let's
office
just do a
than you think.
ballpark.
Okay.
I've seen this article. Sorry.
No, I'm asking you.
Switch the camera. It's
I'm
been on
asking
you
you
for
to
a long
do a
time.
ballpark.
Ballpark figure, Sammy.
Of how many
Government
How many government officials?
Yes.
local
ran?
or federal
both.
Literally Congress.
Congress.
You literally just ran.
who
for the
ran?
House.
Okay, so Congress is 50 plus 255, 300 spots.
There's a lot of people.
How many in the House of Representatives? I forget. We are not going to pass that part of the class.
Is it
I thought it was 225.
140? No, is that the Senate?
No, Senate's 50.
Yeah, Senate's easy. Yes,
Senate's 50.
Senate is
Senate's
100.
100. Yeah.
Wow.
Terrible.
Senate's 100.
It's a shitload. in the
House of Representatives 225, right?
256. I'm going.
I already googled
256.
it. It's 535.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
So 600. so out of 600 people, how many ran on the QAnon ticket? I'm going to say 342.
You might be close.
I thought so. I was not like, I was kind of what I thought.
Hell
What
of
is
a
it?
Percentage
From
marker.
PBS.
Oh, it's like 10.
I can't see.
20.
That's like 20. That's what I said.
Oh, that's not a lie.
Look at where they all from, though. What state is up there the most?
California. Oh, don't get me wrong. Well, first of all,
California's full of crazy.
well, no. First of all, mathematically, California has the most representatives, so that's just the statistic. 2, where I'm from, the Central Valley are a bunch of dipshits. So, and I'm saying if you vote Republican, and you're from the Central Valley, you are a dipshit. And if you're part of my family and you live in the Central Valley, and you vote Republican, you are a dipshit. Just want to mention that because, yeah, we're the Bible Belt of California. That's where Devin Nunes comes from. Is from Fresno.
And they elected him.
They elected him on purpose.
Jesus.
So
Well,
Ramin
someone
Hibachi.
in
How
Texas
did
elected Ted
Marjorie
Cruz.
Taylor get elected? Because the state of Georgia has a really hard time voting D. It doesn't matter what R magic R you
It's her
put there.
district. protected.
filibuster. No, not filibuster. Sorry, that was the wrong
That
song.
was Senma, and then she's from Arizona.
No, gerrymander. Yeah,
Gerrymandering.
her district is they're full of crazy people. But even they regret because she didn't run on that crazy shit that she's doing. So a lot of them didn't really pay attention and didn't care. And now that they see that she's a legit crazy person and a racist, you know, they some have regrets and some still support her now,
Right.
Because they will always support another Republican no matter what.
Right, but the worst thing about people is that they don't like looking bad, and so
Her district's not that bad.
They dig in.
they are cutting around a whole entire section right there in the middle there, and going deeper into that one.
Yeah.
So
It's not.
it's not the worst. For
Yeah.
If you look up like Fresno County, that's fucked up. But yeah, like Fresno's like around it is just like different. I'm gonna use your camera. It's just like different, like scooping around places.
Oh.
Yeah, like the district that Devin Nunes comes in is representing the farm workers,
Yeah.
but then also like the rich uppity white people and shit like that. Yeah, see, it's like farm workers are in the middle, and then like the uppity people kind of like we're there-ish. That's where I live.
Yeah, but this is
unfortunately.
made by Democrats to try to water down the Republican vote. Because Democrats run that state. The same way that
but
Republicans
though,
run Texas, so we
strangely-
don't have a choice about
Strangely
what...
enough, though, we had the governor. He was Republican.
Yeah, but he's not in charge of gerrymandering for like a long time.
Yeah, and a lot of the local places, though, in the area, they have a lot of more pull. It's kind of like what the Republicans are doing now, just strong arming and being dickheads about everything, and they just kind of get their way. And so local government, like Fresno's particularly Republican leaning, generally.
Yeah, but it's
See
still
that.
it's still made by the state. Like Texas is kind of fucked with like Dan
Yeah.
Crenshaw's-
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
That doesn't even make any fucking
Texas-
sense. That was Houston, right?
It's Houston-ish.
Area.
Like it literally is inner city up to the woodlands. And
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Pasadena in there and shit. Yeah,
no,
That's awful.
Is that No, Pasadena's not in there.
Little old lady.
I like Pasadena.
I like Pasadena, California.
it's probably better.
Home of the Rose Bowl.
But yeah, no.
These little lulls I love, where we just say whatever we want until we get more yelly and serious.
I don't think we are here.
I don't think
well,
we
I
are here.
will. at
Well, let's
some
figure it
point.
out.
What
So
point are we at
so
on
we
the
got it past the
timeline,
pizza
Marco?
pedophiles. We got into now where Trump is
Trump draining the swamp.
draining
the swamp.
There we go.
Yeah. Meanwhile, planting judges all over the state to fuck shit up.
Well, that-
and those judges will come and play later, also.
Remember that, kids? We'll come back up later.
Yeah.
But that's not exactly Trump. That was Mitch McConnell's fault.
Well, Mitch McConnell is an evil toad. He looks like the fucker from Pan's Labyrinth. I don't care what anybody says.
The eyeballs.
The hand man. Yeah, you already knew who I was talking
Yep.
about. That's Mitch McConnell.
I can't.
Literally.
I'm kind of forbidden to speak about Mitch McConnell on this podcast because I'd probably go to jail for the things I'd say. So I'm going to refrain and just let you
sucks.
fill in the blanks. The worst possible things you could say about an individual, go lower. But
can I say he's a piece of shit?
oh yeah, it's like one of those
he's-
things where Ted Cruz, that bitch Ted Cruz.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that bitch
yeah.
Ted
So
Cruz.
that
Forget that
yeah,
fuck.
that bitch. I mean, bitch is not even worth it. If Ted Cruz is a bitch, McConnell is I don't even fucking know what's worse than a bitch in dog world.
In dog world?
Dog world, I don't know.
Oh,
Two-legged dog? I don't
That implies he has any use, and it's
don't
good
think
for the
that-
people.
I think that's exactly what
Yeah,
it's
he's pretty useless except for fucking shit up. You know?
A one-legged dog?
He's like a pit bull that nope, can't say that.
No, he's not
Can't say
that.
that. He's like a pit bull that bit a kid that won't be put down because of laws.
Say that Pitbull has a
He's-
chance of
He's
rehabilitation.
literally that old shitty hound that the old man who lives above you has, who fucking wails in the middle of the night, and you're just like, "Can you please get rid of this fucking dog?" That's my life, actually. It's an old man who lives above me. Bloodhound. And he should be named Mitch because I feel like, he ruins my life on a daily basis just looking at him. And I love dogs.
He stands for
this
nothing.
guy. He's useless. He's
Hey,
literally just on
hey,
his
hey,
balcony leaning over.
To be
wailing.
fair, my hate of all dogs includes Mitch the dog. So at least we're meeting there.
Good.
Well, the
sucks.
overall
Go ahead.
explanation is that so Trump was draining the swamp, doing
Right.
great things, exposing the pedophiles, and then you would get
The guy who hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah.
Right, and then Jeffrey Epstein, is that in the middle there where he dies and everyone's like, it's coming real?
No, that's 2019.
We'll
Forget
get
it there.
Yeah.
But for the bulk of the Trump presidency, and this is a very abbreviated history, what he's doing is giving secret signals about like the culling that's coming, the
Storm.
The storm.
Yes.
the rounding up all the pedophiles in Washington and Hollywood and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's right, Tom Hanks was a pedophile according to them.
The
Yes.
main one. Also, Hillary, the blood of the children.
Yeah.
Maintain you.
I forgot what that was called, but it's
Yeah.
basically
it's
like,
one of many.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big conspiracy that they would slice blood and then bathe in it to keep younger, which isn't a thing. Adochrome.
Oh, yeah. Ah, fuck. Who knows?
I'll look it up in a second.
But I got one for you. This is when I feel it started. I know Marco had the actual history. This is when I think it popped the fuck off. This guy, you might not have heard of him. Don't know if any of you have. His name
Please stop using your jerk F hand to touch me.
He has a girlfriend, so he's fine.
Wait, you have a girlfriend?
He has a girl.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
doesn't make it better. Go ahead. The thing that started it all.
Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah. Remember
good
I
old-
said about black people being the root of all this?
I told you. Boom, full circle. I knew it was coming around. But good old,
Barrio?
of all people, that whole the birther thing.
The birther thing.
Yeah, born in Kenya, Muslim, this, that, and the other. Donald Trump really took that one to a whole new level. He was obsessed with that shit.
If I remember correctly, I think that was just Alex Jones and his ilk.
It was.
Well-
Donald Trump took it and he ran. He was Forrest Gump. He ran past the end zone and kept fucking going through the
He
tunnel.
ran past
Right.
Alex Jones.
And
Yeah.
and he hated Obama because he made fun of him at
At
the correspondence dinner.
That's it. That's what kicked it off.
That was in his second term, I think. Though,
Yeah, but that's what
that's what angered Donald Trump to the point was like, I'm gonna run for president. Yeah.
No, you're right, but I do think the birthism came first because that was
Yeah,
his first
right.
term.
come first.
Right,
Yeah.
but then
But that was kind of Obama's revenge.
Well, he adopted it, and then he tripled down, and was like, "This is the
Like a
thing I
son of a
believe
bitch.
now. This is the thing. This is the truth." Like that's the way he convinces
And that
things.
was the conspiracy theory.
Adrenochrome is bathing in children's blood.
I didn't need to know that term.
Yeah, I didn't. Fun facts.
Fun facts here at the Mexcellence.
But yeah, no, that was the theory. That was the conspiracy theory. That was the birth of QAnon. That conspiracy theory is what put it over the edge because that people wanted to believe dearly, which is the bread and butter of QAnon. Give me some shit I want to believe. I don't give a fuck how outrageous or how nonsensical or illogical it is. If I want to believe it, okay, these people are saying it, that person's saying it, this person's saying it. I'll put myself in an echo chamber so everybody's fucking saying it. Yeah, it's people who truly still believe Obama is not American. He's Kenyan and he's Muslim. Donald Trump championed that, which is why he ran when people were thinking, oh, there's no way this fucker will ever win election. People didn't forget about the Obama Kenya shit. They're like, this guy, he's outside the box. He's saying shit that they don't want to say.
Yeah, that he's a damn dirty secret
Maybe
Muslim.
we should yeah. Which Obama damn sure is, isn't he?
Goddamn right, he's a. And even like John McCain was like, "No, he's not. He's a fine American." That's
John
Bush.
McCain
I don't know why.
No,
But
John McCain did too. Like,
Yeah.
No, he's saying John McCain said it, but he did a Bush.
I did a Bush
impression.
impression.
yeah. It's a very Bush impression.
And so,
'Cause he was a classy Republican.
he's
No, I didn't
still a
believe
piece
in
of
any
shit.
of his fucking
He was a person living in reality.
He's a person living reality. The dude was a war vet. He went through some shit, and for that I respect him. Didn't believe it anyway.
A lot of people go to war.
Out
That's
of
fine.
Republicans, which is not. I mean, you fuck. Out of Republicans.
A lot of people go to war. I like him because he's a great person,
I thought- out
not
of
because he went to war.
The thing about it, we're always going to have people who don't agree with. We're always going to have Democrats, Republicans. As far as Republicans go, I could deal with the John McCain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But even fucking Donald Trump made fun of that guy after he died.
Yeah. No, I mean, no holds barred type of idiot.
This dude, man.
We can get into that a little bit, but just as a preview, it's that I
Yeah.
literally think that Donald Trump lost because this gets okay. You know what? Let's just go into the fast forward. So Donald Trump saying secret messages about the coming storm, and it ended up kind of being nailed down that it's going to be part of his second presidency.
Coming in August.
Coming in, no.
Well, no,
Oh,
because it
real
would be
one.
in
Yeah.
November.
The actual nightmare.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
November.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
And because of COVID, there's the whole mail-in votes coming in later, and so if you're a dumb person or don't understand how mail-in voting works,
A lot
it's
of people.
you go to sleep and it's like these states are red, and literally if you understand how it works, it's like, oh well, those states are really close with the amount of blue votes that are about to be counted. Simple science, but I do think that the reason Donald Trump lost, because at the end of it, I think when it was tallied, he'd only lost by 1,200 votes, like so many votes in Georgia, so many votes in North
Right,
Carolina.
yeah.
Like it was
But
really
enough that was over the threshold of
12,000, not 1,200.
12,000.
yes.
Okay.
But it was still like
That's still not a lot nationally.
No, they were
No,
saying
that's still close. It has to be like, what is it, 12
was
or 15
Georgia-
the way you can claim it.
I think Virginia was close,
Yeah.
Michigan and Pennsylvania, that it was like the combined addition of all those votes of what Biden won by was like 12,000. Like it's not a lot.
Yeah, in those close states, yeah, it was close.
So, but I do think that Donald Trump lost a lot in Georgia and
Arizona.
in Arizona because he told the both Johns, John McCain and John Cummings. Like if he hadn't have done that,
Right.
Might have made it. Which is a frightening fucking thought.
Yeah, the fact that I'm never going to give Arizona credit for shit, but
Well, I sent you guys an article today. They want to use Nazi gas to kill
which is why I
inmates.
don't give Arizona credit for shit
And
ever.
they're doing a sham audit, which is a part of this also, which we will get to also.
That's the epilogue.
God damn, it's
of
really
this
not. No,
episode.
it factors into this greatly.
We talk about bamboo strands,
Bamboo
whatever.
strands from
We got
China.
more to go. Let's keep going. Keep on trucking, baby.
we're actually making good time. But,
Okay, what's our time?
hour and 11 counting the pre-show.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
But Well, he didn't win. He lost.
Legitimately, you fuckers.
By a good enough margin to where you're like, yeah, I know you lost.
He lost.
Well,
I just need to make sure they know.
Yeah.
He lost. Get over it. You
You
fucks.
can say it till he turns blue. It's not going to make a difference.
I know, but maybe one of those Garys in the wilderness will be like, yeah, that guy's right. He looked at me in the eye.
One of our
With the
3
beard, I
Garys
trust
in the
his
chat.
eyes.
Hey, this is going on TikTok.
But no, so he lost, but it is the most pulling pubes out of your dick as it could be. It wasn't over.
I don't have pubes in my dick.
Why is that your
You
metaphor?
have pubes in your dick?
In them?
I just wanted to think of something painful. And there was a pube in front of me earlier, so
As a beard
He's got-
hair.
Yeah, okay.
but it was painful. I
Yeah.
mean, for the other side, it's still painful today, but it was legitimately like it. Despite me knowing what I said, how I said it was going to happen, like I think it was as soon as Georgia started turning blue and Nevada turned blue, I was like, all right, it's Biden's race. Like it really is.
Arizona did it for me. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is done.
Well, Arizona was called in the future. Like it was not called the night of. But
It
Nevada,
took days for this, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, for the archives, if people didn't remember.
Yeah, I had no hope that entire week. I'm like,
me either.
fuck that. I don't
I'm
believe
like, oh.
any of this shit.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Arizona will let me down, as it always does.
It lets everyone.
And what
lets
was it,
the
like
residents
West
down.
Virginia? Where does it? One of the Carolina, Virginia was the late one
Carolina, I
too.
believe.
No, Carolinas went
No.
red. They're dumb
no,
people.
it was Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
Georgia,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
and
Wisconsin.
Arizona.
I believed in.
Wisconsin.
I believed in Michigan. I did not believe in. You said Virginia?
No, not Virginia. You keep bringing up Virginia. It wasn't.
Fuck it. Which one of those weird worthless states?
Georgia,
Okay, they're fine.
Wisconsin,
I kind of didn't believe in them.
Michigan.
Michigan,
Michigan, I believed in them.
Arizona,
Arizona, never believed them.
Nevada.
Nevada.
It wasn't Carolina. It was North Carolina.
No, North Carolina was called the day of.
It was one of those
But it was-
worthless states.
It was called.
Yeah.
No, it was, but it was one of those like Texas where it was blue for a little bit.
Yeah.
But people were like, yeah, that might not last.
Yeah,
But it was like Texas kind of like it's tilting.
Yeah.
It's tilting significantly. But yeah, it was the first one of those kind of closies that was called. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of the ones where it was like, if he didn't win Arizona, he had to win this one. And I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
one of
fuck.
those. And we already.
And then he
knew
won
where it
Arizona. I was
going,
like, okay, yeah, Nevada, I believe in. Michigan, I believe in. And then there was another one that was like,
Nevada's
I kind of
always-
don't anymore, but yeah.
oh,
Nevada's
yeah.
always been a toss-up, but it usually goes red because of
Yeah.
Casinos.
People who aren't. Yeah.
You know who saved it? The Las Vegas Raiders. They brought all those Californians to make it blue. The Raiders
More
saved
Californians
America.
here than in Vegas.
So on our next episode,
The Raiders saved America is our next
our next-
episode.
on our next episode where we get into voting, we'll talk about how all the people that voted for Biden kind of got screwed over in the long run. But that's a different race.
I don't know how the Raiders saving the universe connects to that, but we'll get to it next week or next time. Whatever.
You guys might get Deshaun Watson. Go ahead.
But it was tight, and then at the end of it, I believe nobody thought. Well, I don't think Democrats would have done anything. They're not militant, but
No, they're not. They're cops.
There would have
That's
been.
what they are.
Shut up. There would have been. Don't use their terminology, you fucker.
you can use the terminology
have
in this
to.
situation.
No,
literally
I
the definition.
think young people would have gone like the Zennials. Like, we're too old to do that shit. I think Zennials would have lost their fucking minds.
They would have
Yes.
marched the streets in vagina hats again.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Those
don't?
motherfuckers are crazy.
they're lunatics.
They're kind of like, no, you push them to the edge,
They're extreme. They will do some.
they'll
shit.
play some Tekashi 6ix9ine and then go fucking
Go
crazy.
ape
And I don't
shit.
like him.
They
But that's how much
They
I don't
still
like.
need guns to make a difference.
They will make fucking
Lord of the Flies
they'll
that
make
shit. They'll-
napalm and shit. They'll Google how to make napalm and then get one of those Tesla fire things and then mix them together because they're using daddy's credit card.
They'll
'cause
make
these
it a
are-
challenge and it'll be done.
Let me make this dark.
exactly.
Oh God.
Cops have no problem killing people in vagina hats.
They don't have no. Yeah, of course not.
That's why you got to invent napalm, which is just soaking styrofoam into gasoline. Don't ask me
Don't
how I know
tell
that.
people how to make that.
I mean, it's like hard and difficult, but that's essentially it. I've never done it. Just heard it from an old
give
war
these-
teacher. It
don't
was an
give
old
these-
Vietnam War teacher.
Impressionable,
Back on topic.
psychopathic kids any ideas.
They could Google how to make napalm.
You can't Google how to make napalm.
I mean,
We can barely Google QAnon, is what I've learned today.
Yeah.
But yes, so they lose, and then instead of just someone being the adult, well, the CNN tried to be the adult, MSN tried to be the adult, but instead of someone from the other side trying to be the adult and say, hey, you guys, we lost, it's fine, we won in 2016, like Hillary said she lost the night of.
yeah.
Like, that's the normal
What
protocol.
most people do. And then they tried to bring up 2000 with Al Gore, and that shit did not last long. Al Gore,
It lasted 2 weeks.
he took it to court, whatever, and it was like, okay, it's a lost cause. He conceded.
Yeah.
It wasn't what this was. Yeah.
Well, Al Gore also had the hanging Chads bullshit.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
one state, you know,
And
which was close as fuck.
Bush's
Yeah.
brother was the governor of.
Exactly.
Wasn't going to go in his favor.
Right.
But in this situation, it was several states. It was he lost, and there was no adult in the room to tell them, we lost. We tried our best, and we lost.
Right.
That's what the adults do.
Right.
Instead, there was no adults, and on top of that, you had people like Ted Cruz, the president of the United States, saying, we're going to find the truth.
Tucker Carlson, don't let him get away with it because
That bitch Tucker Carlson.
that motherfucker Tucker Carlson. That
I will say
rat
once Dominion, which we could get in trouble for saying that, but once Dominion started saying, hey, we're going to sue you.
For a shitload. Yeah.
Well, for saying what?
It doesn't matter whether you're left or right. If you bring up that word, sometimes you get in trouble.
Yeah.
What, calling someone a rat fuck?
No, Dominion.
Oh, like the minion. Oh, you talking about the
Yes,
the
yeah.
voting things.
Yes.
Oh, they can't sue. They're not saying anything bad about them. Their shit's
No,
work.
they
You don't have to
This
say
shit
anything
worked
bad. It's they're
fantastic. Yeah.
tired of being involved in this topic. Is what it is.
Come get your new printing press. Come, no hanging chads here. We talking about. I'll make them the best advertisement ever.
yeah.
Come on, let
They're
us
just
know.
done. They
We
like
said it like
being
I didn't say the word.
in the
Let us
shadows.
know. We will do the best advertising
That's
for
what
you.
they do.
So
Go
they spent about 8 weeks dragged through the mud, 6 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah.
election is fake.
Blah blah
Blah blah blah. Someone hacked the system. The entire time while that was happening,
Venezuela.
Den
somehow.
Venezuelan presidents.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
the entire time, as because I do have conservative friends, I was like, bro, here's a Twitch stream where you can watch them counting the votes. You can watch,
It was live on CNN.
yeah, you can watch
Yeah.
everything.
It's a live feed. Yeah. The whole nine.
And it's like, no, Donald Trump won one court case about observers.
Why are these people your friends?
What?
Why are these people your friend? Why do you know people that? Why do you talk to people
This is
that believe
Texas,
these types of
man.
things?
They literally had a QAnon rally in.
I know.
I don't
I'm
have
asking you a
QAnon
question.
friends. I have friends that had questions about the election because the whole idea up until that point is how do we know this is real? And if you don't soak your feet in it, you don't know how to counter those arguments. And I countered every argument because I watched all those dumb videos. I watched all the videos by Ben Shapiro, all the videos by Tucker Carlson.
God.
Look, you did the Lord's work. Why are
You
they your
did.
friends?
Why are they my friends?
Why do you know these
Because
people?
they're
Why do you
not-
maintain them in your life?
Because they take a bullet for me, for one. The other thing is that
Yeah.
it's
Means
not
a lot.
about they're necessarily Donald Trump supporters. It's that they don't like Biden. And I don't like Biden.
That's fine to not like Biden, but to say he's a loser because you want that to be the case and then try to make it a thing. Talk about guys with guns and bullets, taking bullets. What if they gave a bullet to a motherfucker that didn't believe the same way they did? So fuck them.
Having questions about the election. In that, I give you 2 months. Once everything happened, I would say not one of them
You
in
realize
December.
This is the voting suppression podcast.
Yeah. No, not one of them in December believe that Biden lost.
Fair, fine, sure. They'd never get invited to my kids' parties, my stepkids' parties, or whatever.
Thank you for living in reality, Sam.
It's I know who my friends are. I keep them close.
See-
And if any of you guys took a bullet for me and you guys became
I
Trump
would.
supporters, I'd abandon you. No, but then if you started doing some crazy Q shit, I'd abandon you easily. and without
See,
hesitation.
that's easy to say.
You take a bullet from me, and then you leave me. And you go crazy, and you're like, QAnon and pizza's real. Then I'm leaving you behind.
That's the thing.
Let's test the assumption.
Let's
Then I think we're safe.
Let me start with the basis. None of my friends go as far as Q. Not one of them.
Did it go as far as Rudy?
Rudy what?
Giuliani?
No.
Okay. Try to think. But they're all crazy. That's the thing. I wish I could say
it's
that.
not
Levels
about
of crazy.
crazy. It's about they have a whimsical like.
I'm talking about the adults on the Republican Party. The adults that would say these things, right? Like that would be Romney, maybe. Would they listen to him?
No.
Well, that's the thing is they're more libertarians than they are conservatives. At least my friends. I can't talk about the average person, but it's the other side is different.
Way different.
Because I will put it this way: do you like Nancy Pelosi?
She's fine. She votes the way I need her
Not
to.
like Nancy Pelosi.
She votes the way I need her to. I don't care.
No, she doesn't. Not enough. Continue, Mark.
Is she actively murdering people?
No, she's
That's
not.
the threshold for me now.
See,
She's
that's-
not-
I know the bar is set low.
Right.
It's set fucking low.
Right.
I admit that.
And we got to get
myself.
through this shit, or we won't have an opportunity
Right.
to pick the people we like
But we
ever
can't get
again.
through this shit when we have Nancy Pelosi's. We need AOC's and Bernie Sanders. And that I don't.
Right,
think
but they
that's
don't
gonna
win.
happen. Precisely my point.
Bernie
Because
Sanders and AOC did win, or they wouldn't be named.
no, but
They
but
won
no,
what
but
they needed to win, but we're talking about,
Bernie should, by all intents and purposes, win. But why can't he?
Because
I like him. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. Corporations, I love it. But he can't win. I didn't need him to win, and he can't.
win
He's not gonna
because
win.
he's really bad at campaigning.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Down.
not
Yes,
the most charismatic of guys.
Right, and he
It's not
says
even his
things
charisma,
stupid.
It's that he hires people that are literally internet bullies.
Yeah.
I like Sean King. Like I like the. attention that he
He's
brings.
kind of he brings attention to things, but he's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I like the attention that he focuses on things. I think sometimes he gets a little preachy and picks fights that he doesn't need to pick. But that he was in charge of the Bernie campaign for one branch of it. And why did Bernie lose? Because he was in charge of it. And he goes around and is like, what do you want? What do you want, Hillary? What do you want? Like, he's literally a big finger in people's chests.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But-
Bernie had steam, and if the right people would have been behind Bernie,
And
he
Bernie
would have
doesn't-
somewhat of a chance.
Sidebar,
I
'cause
know
we're going into Bernie.
Republicans that wanted to vote for Bernie,
But
Sanders.
Bernie also doesn't serve himself by saying crazy things that people are scared of to
Right.
change. That was just strategy wise, being like, we're gonna charge the corporations $1 billion, and then
Well, he didn't say that.
no, but he would say other things,
He would say we would pass a tax on
Yeah.
certain
Cool, yeah.
things.
and then it would scare normal people, like even my folks.
Bernie actually had a charisma about him, or so all my friends that are somehow libertarian would hear Bernie talk, and Bernie was the only person that was like, yeah, I'll go on Fox News, fuck him.
Yeah.
And
You want weed? Go ahead. We'll give
That's
you
what
weed.
people liked about Bernie. Don't get it twisted to think Bernie's policy. People don't look at fucking policies. They don't care.
I liked his policies.
They look at, okay, who's the flashiest? Who's the guy who doesn't give a fuck the most? Who's Billy Badass in this whole pool of fuckers I have
and that's
to
why Trump won.
vote?
Right.
Yes. Who's the anti-Trump? It is Bernie Sanders. And if Bernie Sanders would have had people that his own fucking party, mind you, that promoted him and boosted him.
That's a whole other problem with Democratic Party.
it's layers there. Yeah.
But so,
I don't know why I'm singing everything.
so
I don't
your
know
attitude of like
why. Ends to a means to an end.
your attitude of like Nancy Pelosi is good. Like
I didn't say she was-
you didn't say no, you didn't say that. But when Tommy said she was less than,
Yeah, mediocre
you
at best.
defended her,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Right.
That's what Democrats settle for. Fine.
That's what we did.
But here's why I do it now was because any shadow of a doubt that's thrown cast is gonna get somebody killed. Because you're like, oh, Nancy Pelosi's bad. So we're gonna get this crazy we're gonna get Gary from the woods because he's a wild card and he grew
We're
his
not
own
gonna do
potato.
that.
No, but it creates the opportunity for somebody like those fucking independent motherfuckers who like, oh, filibuster's fine and fuck everything up. We don't need those independent motherfuckers.
Very
To be-
few
to
of
be
them.
There's two of them, and they're ruining everything.
I was about to say, like, Senma, a transgender from Arizona, is probably like, you didn't think she would be that far.
She's
No,
a lunatic
but-
is what she is.
But
Total what?
the stakes are too high to be center, right now.
Yes,
right
Joe
now.
Manchin the same
We need
thing.
Manchin is the one. I have a lot of
Manchin
bones to
from
pick
West
with.
Virginia.
Of course,
But we need to, and this is the problem with this is my approach to the true approach to the Democratic Party. We're getting off the Q thing for a second. They need to capitalize on their wins, and they need to brutalize politically the right now. They need to jump, and they need to MMA ground and pound until the bell rings and they're done. Because otherwise, they're going to get up and use a knife and stab him in the chest. And right now, they're like, oh no, the bell rang. We have to wait. We have to wait for them to get up and fight. It's like, no! Pass voting rights.
I'm sorry.
Get rid of the
I gotta touch you
filibuster.
with my jack off hand again. So yes, sir, you are 100% right. But you know what we have? And I'm a Democrat by default.
By default,
By
is the keyword.
Yeah, no one wants to be a fucking libertarian. Those guys are
But the
dumb as
thing
shit.
is, no, they're not.
It's all right, bro. You got the Green Party.
Oh no, they're even dumber. Those are even dumber.
Libertarian all day.
About how wrong they are? Yeah, I can too.
But it's okay. It's okay with them, though, is the thing. Like,
Right.
they're the old Republicans. They're the ones that are like, okay, yeah, we disagree.
Isn't Rand Paul one
you
of them
got
motherfuckers?
No, Rand Paul's a piece of shit.
Rand
No.
Paul is R as fuck.
Yes.
Oh, what about
Ron Paul.
Ron
But
Paul.
He is gone now.
Okay, yeah, he's dumb too. But
That's his dad, but yeah.
and look what happens when you give a mouse a cookie. They turn Republican and want to kill people.
God.
So when
But no, look, what I'm saying is,
Point is, QAnon's dumb as shit.
What I'm
At the
saying is,
end.
look, Democrats are not going to help you. As long as Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer are in charge, shit ain't going to happen. When the crew becomes in charge, it's on. Because that's what they do. That's what they would want to do.
Right, but you know what Joe
they
Biden...
are aggressive,
you know
and they
what-
are the only aggressive ones.
But you know what Joe Biden's doing? Stopping the
Probably
bleeding.
taking a nap right now.
Stopping the voice. It's late for him. But
he's asleep.
stopping
Okay.
but he's stopping the bleeding of us getting cut open for 4 years. I don't need him to be anything else other than that.
Same. He's a slowing of the pendulum that we talk about.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Right.
What was the alternative, Sammy? Jack off hand. What was the alternative? The alternative was another 4 years, which we could not have afforded.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
And
perfectly fine with the Joe Biden.
Nobody-
Where do we go from here?
And Marco's looking at their smirking
Yeah.
ever so slightly.
I had a point for like 5
Nobody,
minutes.
I know. Nobody likes Joe Biden, and then it's like,
Mark,
yeah,
I'm not
nobody
a
likes
huge
Joe Biden.
fan, but again,
Stop
we
smirking.
got
Be
two
weird.
choices. We got two choices.
No, and libertarians are not real choices. They're fake and they're dumb. What's your point?
So you're saying you vote for Nancy Pelosi? Not that you vote for Nancy Pelosi.
She's not in my whatever.
Yeah, she's not in your district. The Republican is.
Which I don't vote in California anymore. I voted for Beto and shit.
No, well, you vote here now.
Yeah, I voted for Beto and
MJ Hagar.
Yes.
That's
Did he
Senate,
win?
not Congress. MJ is a girl.
Did she win?
No, she did not.
But when you say I vote for Nancy Pelosi so people don't die, they still vote for the defense budget that leads to drone strikes at weddings.
I
Still
can't.
vote
Still
for
take
the-
money
I
from
can't
lobbyists
have,
do
and
that.
I will admit that's bad.
corporate as
I will
hell.
admit that's bad.
Where did
But
Sammy get that hat? I want one.
oh, Mex-
yeah, you
it's
didn't
time
even
for
pitch-
advertising. Mexmerch.com. Mexmerch.com. Throw the ad up there for him.
We will throw the ad up because we're gonna
After I
take a
finish this
break
point.
in a little bit.
But okay, so I can't. My body can't hold the outrage that comes with bombing children in Yemen and shit. I just can't. And you can't be like, you as an individual voter have to care about everything. Because if I cared about everything, which I did, and then went to fucking therapy because I had depression about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it's fine. It's a real thing. Because
Yeah.
when you're thinking about kids in cages, thinking about
lot to
you're thinking about black violence, thinking about black people being violented against. You think about people in the families in cages, separations. You think about people being poor. You think about people losing their job. You can only hold so much. I gotta stop somewhere. And I know bombing kids in Yemen, the whole Palestine-Israel thing, we're not talking about it because we don't know. Stop bullying. Just cut it out. That's the Mexcellence.
That's all you can
Cut
say.
it out. Get along.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So if she blows up Yemenis kids and other kids, fuck, dude. I don't know what to do. Okay? Other than say, hey, stop it. But then they don't stop it because The machine is rolling. I get that the machine is real. You know, people say it's all the same, left to right. Yeah, they're all politicians. They're all pieces of shit. But we have to stop the bleeding now for the people that, and I'm being completely one-sided, the people I care about. People that are darker than me that are disenfranchised. People that are my color that are disenfranchised. Queer people that are fucked up and disenfranchised on multiple levels. Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Trans kids are like their number one target.
Right.
Children.
Right.
Are their
so
target.
you're telling me...
People in Yemen are darker than you.
Yes. Right. But they're not. but I'm never going to see a Yemen child. I'm sorry. And I'm never going to be able to even fathom the pain that we bring as a nation. Let me finish the thought. And I'll let you go, please.
Okay.
But I cannot fathom that. You cannot. I mean, you went to see it, so you saw it firsthand. It's on that. That might be the most important thing to you. I don't know. You're never going to go to Yemen to see those kids blow up. We're just not going to know. And that's how they want it. That's how they Raytheon and get all the contracts and get into all that later. That's awful. We know that's awful. But here, we won't have a government. We won't have what we have here to eventually do the good if we don't stop this shit right the fuck now.
Basically, yeah, I thought you were talking about America when you kept going. That's why I got confused.
Oh.
Like, yeah, because we're not too far off from third world countries like Yemen.
Yeah.
Like
We're about to get blowed up.
I think Yemen is a second world country.
Yeah,
with all
we're-
the oil they have.
I
but yeah.
apologize, Yemen.
Sorry, Yemen. I barely know where you are on a map.
Still not a first worlder, but you're almost there, hopefully, one day. Here's the thing.
Right.
Hopefully. I'm praying for them. Yeah, but like, no, I thought you were describing us there for a little
I
bit.
was for a good chunk of it.
Because, yeah, so the people we have in charge right now, at this moment, Trump lost. We thought, hey, maybe things will get a little better. He's not around anymore. The stress level went down a bit. But a little thing happened January 6th. Really popped some shit off, huh?
That was what we'll talk about after this commercial break.
Ah, you learned well. No.
So,
Hey, get in the frame. Be my friend.
Oh, God.
That's all right. While he does
friend.
that, let me introduce you to... So, before we left, Curb41 was like, hey, man, I like your hat. That
It's a
hat.
nice
Oh, no.
hat.
Switch to you. Switch to
Why
you.
me?
Oh,
So they can see
look
that
what
you can
he
support
did.
your local. This is a prototype. You're not going to get this ugly logo that's all fucked up, but you are going to get this sweet, sweet logo there.
It's like the creature from...
And then you get that
Sinister.
the green bill, the classic baseball hat.
I don't know anything about baseball. I know the Rangers
It's
suck.
a very
That's about
boring
it.
sport.
Also, I have a giant
And I know the
head.
Stros are champions.
Our friend, shut up. Our friend Paco was like, "Hey man, I have a giant head. Can I fit one of the hats? I have a giant head, and yes, you can fit our hats.
yeah.
I wear a size 7 5/8.
That's not that big.
It's a little snug. These
big-ass head, Marco.
not with these
I'm
ones.
7.5.
I have a small head.
But some of these ones, they're a little tight, but the other ones that are not the gray or the green bill, those go even bigger. So Paco could definitely fit into one of those. But all you got to do is go to mexmerch.com. There it is right there, $24.99.
Right.
And if you were watching the commercials, you know what's fucked up about our commercials? Commercials are usually trying to sell you things. Our commercials give you discounts. So if you were listening, or rather, I'm sorry, if you're listening right now, you're missing the discounts at mexmerch.com. If you were watching the commercials.
I've never seen Do Therapy about it distressed dad hat till today.
Yeah, do therapy about it. That's for the ladies and gentlemen. That one's a new one. I like that one. Hey, look at click on that orange one, the second one. That says, I don't know. You guys always talk about how I hate Texas.
You do.
But god dang it, do I?
Are you repping?
I'm not repping. I would never buy that shit. But click on
That's
it.
a great way to sell
That is a
merchandise.
fan-
Hey,
fantastic
but
way to
click on
sell
it.
merch.
I will shill to the Tejanos in this place. And I actually did. One of my homies got one. And looks great.
I like
it
it.
looks wonderful. And look at Tommy as a black guy wearing it. And then if you want to
That's
get real
ironic
big with
as
it,
fuck.
if you want to get real big with it, if you got $500 at the very bottom,
The gold?
you can play the gold, the special rich person edition snapback for $499. You can get that special limited edition. There's only as many as we need to in the world, but you'd be the first to have it. And I might just be like, you know what? No more.
Fuck it. Yeah, after that, shut it
No, we might do two. I would like $1,000 for merch. That's a nice even number, even though it'd be a couple cents short.
Are you gonna autograph it in any way?
I'll do whatever I want.
I don't know if that'll lessen
or whatever
the
they
value
want.
of it.
If you buy that one, I will stylize it in any way you want because the stitching will be done. If you want me to sign it, if you want my blood on the bill, if you want me to kiss it or make a video like rubbing it against my face, I will do that. Doesn't matter. If you buy the $500 hat, I'll do whatever you want.
Sammy fetish. Go
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
I don't have an OnlyFans, but if you buy that $500 hat,
Perhaps.
I'm apparently very cheap. I just realized $500 goes a long way. I don't know what else I'd do. Ask and maybe you shall receive.
You are a cheap man.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
Has a weird way to end from our sponsors, Mexmerch.com. Go to Mexmerch.com and please don't buy that hat so I don't have to do any weird favors.
Way better at shilling than I am.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Got to, man.
where we were is so Trump lost the election.
Yeah.
Unofficially, obviously. I mean, the news stations literally call it before it gets voted in 2 or 3
True,
times.
but you know what? Fuck it. We'll fast forward to official. Couple of weeks later, I believe.
Well, the only reason I want to stay on the unofficial for 2 sentences is so people get to go crazy for a little bit because Trump is not admitting he lost.
Or rather, he's not conceding because we don't know for a long time.
Yes.
So in that period, you don't have to concede. It's just a formality.
And looking back on it now, you're
know.
talking about he lost in November. The election dragged on for 2 weeks, roughly.
Right.
So that's only 6 weeks between now that and the event.
Right.
It's only 6 weeks of doubt.
But the idea was he didn't have to. He was just being a dick about it.
Yeah,
which is, I want
presidents-
history to remember that. You don't have to concede. But you do if the math's against you, and you do if you're not a humongous dick. And he is.
Yeah.
So,
The child.
so he was able to just be like, wah, 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 wah. Everyone moved on, and he didn't.
No.
Not even he didn't.
No. This man has a cult. He did not move on. If he said,
Well,
He didn't
I
even-
got cheated.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking on behalf of regular America.
He didn't. No, you're not even speaking in behalf of regular Americans because there's.
that shit was over. It was pretty evident it was over. We just waiting
No,
for the
I don't
officials.
even mean that. There's
What do you
still
mean?
a good 30% out of the 50 that voted for him that were like, nah,
Something-
man, there's something magical is going to happen.
You're right, because of the whole, like you were saying earlier, hey, he's winning this state. It's 9 o'clock,
So
you know.
the evidence.
Do you know where your children are?
Right.
The evidence for that I kept bringing up against conservative people, and it was also a detriment at the time. Is Donald Trump had so many court cases in every different state that were like, no, we got to flip the vote by doing this. He's trying to disqualify ballots by so many legal reasons. And at the point when you're not smart enough to know the legalese of why votes were counted then but not counted then, it sounds like he has a chance when he only lost in the end, remember, by 12,000 votes or something like that. I'm going to
Okay.
pull up the official number here in a second.
Okay.
But
Which state was it? 12,000.
No, it's total
he
cumulative.
has 60. He had 60 court cases in total in all states.
Oh, and they would have accumulated 12,000.
No. It was just. I'm just saying he won by a narrow margin. 12,000 is not.
Like nationally?
Let me.
There's
pull up-
millions.
I think in the states that he needed.
Oh, the states he needed
Yeah,
12,000.
because nationally
Okay,
he
okay.
lost by a couple million.
Yeah.
But
it
like,
was a good enough margin.
but like in Georgia,
Yeah, California
it was,
just runs up the score. That doesn't
They-
count
right.
towards.
But like
It was,
Georgia,
though.
Georgia, it was less than 10 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was like
Georgia was-
4,000 or 8,000
Georgia
or
was
something
one of
like
the
that.
last ones that they had to like.
Where they were like, oh
really
shit.
get the number. Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Keep
Okay.
talking.
No, you good.
Oh, but right, but yeah, everyone was looking at Georgia, and then the 2 Senate seats too, where we
that
were.
was kind of on the back burner.
No, it wasn't, because people were like, we gotta do
We
fucking
gotta
runoffs,
do it. Yeah,
baby.
because the blue wave never happened, which why Democrats thought it would have been a blue wave is beyond me. People don't like pussies. People actually love pussies.
They love
Take that
pussy.
back.
They don't love
They don't like-
pussies.
This
is getting too broy, guys.
No, I mean,
Easy.
no. Look, no. Vagina's a great thing. It's not that. It's they're not effective. They're not effective.
We need a Democrat that we know fucks. Beto O'Rourke, we all knew he fucked. And he almost beat Ted Cruz.
I don't know if he did.
You don't think Beto O'Rourke fucks?
I don't know if
He was
does.
in a
He's
band.
he's
He
okay
rides a
guy.
skateboard.
He is not as cool as you think he is.
No, he's not.
No,
cool.
no, you guys, I'm just saying.
Your governor, I'm sure does.
Oh, Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom fucked the crazy into somebody. You know, the best is yet to come?
The
The best is yet to come. That was, just real quick, I want to bring that up, was Gavin Newsom's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he was like, removing him
Great hair.
threw her
Yeah.
for a loop.
So I have the official number, so we can stop saying 12,000. It's 45,000. It's 10,000 in Arizona, 14,000 in Georgia, and 20,000 in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Cool.
thought that number was bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an effective margin.
But 45,000
Yeah.
when there's millions of people in the country is not much.
But that's only those states, though.
Those are the only.
Those are the
still
big
only-
meaty ones,
Those are
though.
the ones that
I
matter.
know they
that-
matter, but it's
If-
that's good enough, Marco. Goddamn.
No, I have issues with the Electoral College. We'll get into that.
No,
in a
that's
minute.
trash.
That's
Yeah,
another episode.
I'd rather have the American Idol voting system. Yeah.
But what,
Two,
but when
if
I
you
say
text,
this
it's
is
two.
an,
If you call, it's one.
Yeah.
but that's what I mean by it's an issue. It's like if Trump wins those states, he wins the election.
True.
It was not even, just like two of them, right?
That's those three would have
All
been.
three.
Those
Okay,
three,
okay.
yeah.
Those three.
Those are the ones he needed to win.
But both of those are by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
They are. Which is it might happen, which is frightening. But yeah, no, an election, it might be close. But when you recount, how many times have they recounted Georgia?
Georgia was
I think 3.
once, but no, twice.
Yeah,
but
no.
they have paper ballots. Every time you vote, even if you use the electrical system, they have paper ballots. And the last time was a hand recount.
Yeah.
Arizona is still in the middle of a recount, and the other ones are just.
Arizona is a sham recount. They recounted like they should have, and then now they hired cyber
The
ninjas.
cyber ninjas.
Good old cyber ninjas who have never done this before, testing for bamboo.
Let's
from
be real.
China.
The cyber ninjas are practically just us. The cyber ninjas have about as much experience
as we do.
in this room.
Very true.
I don't think we can count that high. I'll be fair.
I can figure it out.
I'm gonna throw a handful
They
of pennies.
hired
I'm gonna
people.
throw a handful of pennies at you one day and be like, count them. And
Okay.
See how high you get.
I used to do that as a hobby,
Does he
strangely
know how to
enough.
use a UV ray to test and see if ballots came from China via bamboo? Because bamboo only grows in China.
Not in any Pure One Import store
One Imports,
at the mall.
Yeah, no, only
Or
China.
any mall. Every mall has bamboo shoots somewhere.
find-
No bamboo
You can
in your
find-
backyard.
In their Abercrombie and Fitch have bamboo in their displays. I'm just saying it's
I
accessible.
dated a chick whose dad had bamboo in his backyard.
Let me guess, was he Chinese?
No.
I'm just being racist like them.
Oh,
Because they're being racist
yes.
and dumb, which is go hand in hand, but come on.
The same thing almost.
So for a month, they lived in hope. Is the best way I can put
Which
it.
is not what this
Which
should have been.
Which once it was called, you're like your victory lap. I had a victory lap a
we
little
all
bit.
did, yeah.
Just like finally we get to just gloat a little bit. Just a little gloating.
It wasn't a little bit. It was a lot.
It was a
You
lot.
were. I wasn't gloating because I was like,
You don't have.
You didn't
people
trust
to,
it.
I was
No.
about to say you don't have people to gloat to.
No,
for
I
one.
didn't know. I didn't trust it. No, I didn't trust it because my thing was like, we got to get to where he signed the hand on the document and I want to pledge allegiance and all that bullshit. I was waiting till then because I knew some bullshit was going to happen. And lo and behold,
Well,
Good old-
correct again.
You're totally right.
He was
But it's
absolutely
worse than
right.
you think it is. But we're about to get into it. So
Okay.
we did do a deep dive. You were right. Off air, we said we did a deep dive. This is probably the birth or the precursor to this podcast. We did a podcast talking about the riots that day.
Go watch it. It's called We Need to Cover This. It's a shoot-off series, which means the people need to see me. It's on our SoundCloud. It's on our Spotify. And it's not on our YouTube. Maybe one of these days. But it is on the audio platforms from like the day of or day after? Day after.
I think
Day with day of.
Day
day
of.
of, yeah.
3-hour podcast. If you want to know what we thought about it, I don't think our opinions have changed too much. It was if we were trying to undersell it, I haven't heard it since. It was much worse than what we thought, probably.
Well, it's worse
Yeah.
with me researching this topic.
Yeah,
Oh,
well
shit.
now,
Okay.
no, but I'm just saying what we thought happened.
Oh, yeah.
More has
It was-
been
yes,
unraveled
far
since
worse.
that shows that it was much worse than what we saw with our own eyes
Right.
at the time.
But also believe your eyes because people are telling you not to.
Oh yeah,
Continue, Mark.
So June 6th happens and nothing
January
happens.
6th.
January 6th, sorry. We're in June now.
June 6th hasn't happened yet.
We're almost there. Yeah.
Almost there.
But January happens. January 6th happens, and nothing happens. Like the Electoral College does not vote for what people imagine they would.
It was a tradition that they do. It's a formality. Nothing was going to change.
But the other side hoped to put their hopes on that they could still save America by voting their conscience.
It was
particular Mike Pence.
It was the same thing where like people were like Bernie's gonna get elected as the Democratic nominee because they had that process too, where it's like they can go renegade and Bernie will be the thing, and it's like nope, that's not how it works. And then Hillary was the nominee. It's the same concept, but it happened to the Democrats too. In a smaller microcosm.
Smaller, more logical.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going 2016.
Well, it was the delegates, right? That was the thing where the delegates could have voted however they wanted and made Bernie the person who was the guy who was running against Trump or whoever the leader was. And so this was the same type of thing where it's like, okay, they put the delegate people or the Electoral College can make whatever vote they want technically, but they can vote. They have to vote according to what their state voted for or whatever, their constituency. Yeah. But people thought, oh, no, they can just change the vote. So we're going to make them believe that Trump was the winner or make them vote that way. And if not, we're going to violent them and prevent them from going against the will of the people. Quote, air quotes being implied for the audio listeners. And then that's where you get violence. And everyone takes shit in Nancy Pelosi's desk. And they stole flags, and there's a dipshit Viking guy.
Took a shit.
Well, it was a guy.
That's one too many.
It's one too many. They pissed on a lot of shit. They also, brought in Confederate flags. But you gotta remember, there was a rally before this shit happened.
Oh yes.
They kind of stoked some fires. You had old Trump in there. You had Mo Brooks. You had Trump Jr. You had
Mo Brooks, not Mel Brooks.
I said Mo Brooks.
I got scared for a minute. I was like, no, Mel Brooks. He's 95 years old. What are you doing
Brooks
out there?
A piece of shit.
Right.
And you had good old reliable Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, leaky Rudy.
Yeah, every last one of them said some form of, hey, we need to fight. Trump himself said, hey, we're going to the Capitol. I know that's not how it said. I do it terrible.
I don't know what that was.
That
was Bootsy Collins. We're going to the Capitol, baby.
We're going to the Capitol. I'm going to go with you.
We're going to be right there. We're going to go to the Capitol. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for America. Yeah, we can all do a Trump impression by now.
No, it's
we
terrible.
can all do a halfway decent. I'm done.
I can't do a decent one.
Oh,
he goes the opposite direction, back to the White House. Meanwhile, the people he just riled up, in my opinion, goes to the Capitol.
And the GPS cell phone tracking shows a wave of people.
These people are so fucking stupid. They don't realize that phones are. No. Sammy, what are we talking about? Bill Gates is going to insert it when he inserts the vaccine in your arm. That's
we didn't even cover.
We're not
COVID.
going to either.
We're not, because that's a whole nother.
And you know
thing.
it. The people out there know that they believe that there's microchips, and everyone thinks it's 5G, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because they're dumb people. But we're not talking about the things that make them funny.
Trump, again, pumping up the big lie with this crowd, which they call it the big lie because this big lie is still causing fucking trouble.
And the Nazis, that's what they call it there. So we're making sure that everyone knows that this is Nazi talk.
We're kind of there. Or
fascist talk. Yeah, fascist talk. More.
Trump,
fascist authoritarian.
Hitler did lose one of the main elections and then won later. So we'll see if that.
You know who else did? Hey, you know who else did, Marcos? Grover Cleveland.
Who?
Are we doing this again with the presidents?
No, but yeah, no. So that big lie, that's what stoked this fire. They kept poking it. You had Fox News. You had
Tucker Carlson, OAN.
Newsmax, not viable sources at all, but hey, they saying the shit that they want to hear, so they're going to watch it and put.
I think by then a lot of the news companies had dropped it. By
6th?
Yeah, because by then
it wasn't brought up as much, but they never discounted it the way they should.
I just feel like at that point Dominion was like full, like no, stop talking.
Just call him D-Man. I don't want to get sued. You got me scared.
But so the main reason, or at least I feel the main reason when we were talking about this before.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Sorry, I had to. It's a political podcast. We have to say that at least once.
The main reason that you want to talk about is that you're legit worried about this offshoot that's happening.
Yes.
So the reason that I am going to linger on January 6th a little bit longer.
Have to, yeah.
is I found this article today. It's about the cases against the Oath Keepers, the people that they were there. They helped organize. They organized people through. The article says they're using secret code, but they're just using military words.
Yeah, because a lot of them are former
military.
Yeah. But the thing that makes this scary.
So, can you help me real quick? The Oath Keepers being defined by this article.
The Oath Keepers are a group. They're literally a group called the Oath Keepers.
And what did they do? So,
the thing that makes them scary in this situation, so QRF, Quick Response Force, that's just a military term, is they were hired by people that were inside the White House. This article talks about
Congressman
Roger Stone,
and yeah.
They were literally hired by people inside the White House to protect them, to have inside.
People in the White House purchase mercenaries to lead these sheep to
militias, right?
To slaughter, essentially. Well, potentially. Like if the U.S. government was like, and these people are enemy people, and murder to slaughter.
It wasn't just them, also Proud Boys, but Oath Keepers were the main. Yeah.
Well, Oath Keepers are the ones that are like, now that we're getting to the point where we're having trials and people finding out what happened to a degree, not to the most degree, because the January 6th Commission did not did not pass
for some magical reason. They don't want people to investigate that.
But it was also goddamn left liberals that did it. It is Antifa and Black Lives Matter, but they don't want to investigate it.
Yeah. Great point. Yeah.
I mean, it's the only point. I know you've heard it 100 times, but god damn it, people.
Don't believe your eyes. You know, you didn't see any of that, but that's what they say.
Just to take a side note to placate Sam on the argument that he made, when you poll Republicans about who did the riots.
This is where the depressing part comes in, right?
Who is responsible for? Who do you hold most responsible?
But of course,
who is saying
Marco.
this?
Among Republicans.
Among Republicans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the Republicans are dumb people. I don't have any qualms saying that, because if you're truly, because the smart Republicans don't even call themselves Republicans anymore. They know better, and that's fine. Conservatism I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
God damn it, I grew up in the Bush era. I know what conservatism looks like and bastardized conservatism looks like. But this is not that anymore. This is something completely different.
There's no policy
but the current Republican Party doesn't want that. They want control. That's just as sweet.
Want a fascist fucking nation.
No, that's exactly. Now. But that's the sweets that they're trying. They're not trying to get policy. They're trying to get the sweet ownership of the world.
They want power.
And so there's people that want to vote for like, oh no, I just want less taxes. Those people are fine. Who gives a shit?
I want less government.
Yeah, or I want less government.
Right.
And then there's other things that I can disagree with, like switch the camera so they can look at me while you look, because I'm vain. And no, they're like, oh, I don't want babies to be aborted. And it's like, fuck you, don't control that. But that's
kids to play sports,
right? But and that
crazy shit that doesn't matter,
right? But that's crazy Republican still.
Right.
I think that. But like, there's like, let's say the abortion thing. You made a point where it's like, oh yeah, it's part of their religion, and they'll fight for it because it's part of their religion. Now I believe separation of church and state, but that's a political stance they can have, and you can argue against it, and they're wrong. But it's okay for them to be wrong because it's something they believe in that is tangible, but they're wrong objectively based off the Constitution, I think, and I know, because fuck them. But the Republicans are stupid. If that's what Republicans think, then they're stupid. And what do you do with an entire group of stupid people?
Half the country.
Well, you try to learn them, you try to teach them, but they don't want to listen. So then what do you do? And I don't know.
Again, we've had this conversation on this very show. Dug in. Everyone is dug the fuck in.
Right.
Hard. Like spikes in the ground, Sammy. And the Joe Manchins are pushing bipartisanship, and that's not going to. That's a thing of the fucking past. We are in a dire place right now, people. Like, seriously goddamn dire. The experts, hundreds of experts, historians have said this is the most the worst spot democracy has been in since the fucking Civil War. This is the worst spot it's been. We're basically in kind of a cold civil war at the moment.
And it's all thanks to Facebook, strangely enough.
Zuckerberg's evil.
No, but so
that's another podcast.
Yeah,
so I kind of want to make my point of how we're going to get out of this, but are we there yet, or are we still talking bad?
Well,
Because we're still talking bad because now they're saying that, obviously they hired mercenaries to fucking attack their own government, but now they're saying, was it August something is going to be the president's going to be reinstated.
There's a long, far-reaching thing, and this is the last note on this podcast.
Yeah.
Before we get into final thoughts.
I'm sorry. Real quick, we cannot talk about the QAnon thing or the overthrowing of government thing that they're trying to do, this magical coup, without talking about Michael fucking Flynn.
That's the next story.
Okay.
That's literally the next beat.
Oh, nice.
So Michael Flynn literally believes that the Arizona recount is going to lead to a domino effect where we're going to see the fraud, the bamboo votes.
Bamboo ballots, yeah.
Bamboo ballots.
Which is the name of my next single for my new album. Fuck Donald Trump.
Okay.
That's not a very good joke. That's not a very good
Even
joke.
Macklemore didn't do it the very good
Yeah,
job.
no. I was trying to think of another political person, and I couldn't think of anybody.
No one worse.
But there's no one worse.
No, but he thinks it's going to lead to a bamboo effect. And what I think, and this is my closing thought on this subject, is that we are perpetually feeding the meme, feeding that beast, because no adults. So the day after the January 6th thing was the only time that Republicans were like, it's disgusting, these people, we don't support violence, we don't blah, blah, blah. That's the only time. And then they quickly hushed up because, like, Mitch Romney literally got booed at his last big rally.
Yeah.
No, his name is Mitt, like the glove.
Yeah, you're thinking Mitch McConnell.
Mitch Romney.
Might as well.
Mitch Romney is a real name. Mitt Romney is not a real name, but a real person. Get it right.
That being said, I don't know what to do about this situation where it's just like,
you with me now with the hopelessness, Marco? Have you?
So I have hope in the small picture, not hope in the big picture.
Okay.
Which is worse, but it's just kind of like
have kids, I guess. I mean,
no, we need the soldiers. No.
If you do, keep them very close.
All right. So you guys are hopeless. I've been thinking about doomsday. I've been thinking about doomsday since the beginning, which is why I was depressed.
I've been thinking a lot about death.
But even that depression I had was a lot of it was caused to where do we go and what can we do to change people, because these people are going to be right. 30% is not 100%. It's a smaller number than 70. Step one, more of us than them. Two, if they get together in one part of the country, there's still a billion other parts of the country that can mobilize, and fucking California has the largest Navy fleet in the world. Just there. I mean, the U.S. does, but Fresno, San Diego has the biggest in the world. It's like by individually.
Belong to you?
No, right? No, but do you think that a couple schmucks would be able to take over the government, as it were?
No.
Okay? That's not. We're not. I'm not worried about these people fighting the government. They lose. They lost on January 6th. And the cops couldn't even fire on them.
Here's the thing.
Right. But so then, what are you afraid of?
Me?
Yeah. Like, what do you think it leads to?
It could lead easily to the end of the. It wouldn't take an all-out.
So what are the
democracy.
The 5-step program? What would that be?
What do you mean?
Like from point A. What do they do? What's 2, 3, 4, and 5? So 5 being fascism, 1 being August. He's going to be August being the place he gets reinstated. Okay.
Myanmar is what is the new thing that they want.
Right.
Michael Flynn was like, yeah, why not? We should do it.
He literally said that what happened in Myanmar should happen here.
Yeah, and he then said, I never said anything like that. Again, don't believe your ears and eyes. That's their bread and butter.
Right.
But so people aren't smart. It always comes back to that. Just uneducated people who get their source of news from the worst possible fucking places. Myanmar, basically an official won in an election landslide. Military was like, fuck no, we don't want that. So they overtook the government, imprisoned her, or if she's either in hiding or they found her and she's now God knows where. Killed 600 protesters, most of them young Gen Zers, as we have here, that are rebellious as shit.
Right.
And they're continuing to do so. They want that.
Right.
You know what part of that I'm sure they heard? Oh, it was a fraud election there, and the military took over. Why can't we do that here? First of all, you dumb fuck. The military works for the United States government.
Which is currently led by the Commander-in-Chief, Joe Biden.
Yeah, soldiers aren't the soldiers in fucking Myanmar. And if some shit would happen, hey, shoot this innocent person right here, pretty sure a lot of them would have fucking reservations about that.
2, Myanmar isn't it small as shit? Or am I wrong?
It's a small country.
Yeah, Myanmar's small as shit.
Small country.
Okay.
And, okay, yeah, that. If we have a civil war, if we have this big coup, which it wouldn't be a coup because the military ain't getting involved. It would just be a fucking riot. It would be January 6th again.
It'd be detractors from the gun. Like, let's say, like, the army guys are like,
Yes.
I'm Republican, I have the guns.
Those guys.
There'd be the detractors. They'd be the Benedict Arnolds. They'd be traitors to the country.
Right.
Which, you're in the military, how likely is that to happen?
What?
A guy going rogue.
I was about to play that point.
Okay, no, because I don't know. Because
Right.
I think I have a general distrust for the military. Or
fine.
military vets, I should say.
Let me show you
You're
how
like
friendly
the only
military is today.
I know a lot of military vets. They're actually pretty legit.
one. Are they anime characters?
Might as well be. Why not? Oh, I have seen these.
Oh, is this?
Story of a soldier who operates.
They did not like this at all.
No, they didn't.
Oh, it's like the American anime recruitment.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, look, we're friendly. You can be a woman and
Yeah.
be in
It
the
begins in
military.
California.
Have gay parents? It doesn't matter.
Oh, look,
with
it
a
begins in
little girl
California.
raised
Yeah,
by
that's-
two moms.
$1 billion real estate.
Two
She's
mothers.
raised by 2 moms. Everyone in California is
Excuse
raised
me,
by
that
2
was
moms.
Bill Gates. No, but like, okay, so, but I'm asking you, former military guy. Shit goes down. Let's say in the war zone, but the question is, how likely is it for an individual or a group of individuals to break off from their platoon and fight against their own people?
You don't have weapons. For one, they're locked in an arms room that only the captain has a key to.
Okay.
And the other thing is that, like, I showed you that ad to show you how woke the army is trying to be, good or bad.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
army
It's
is
one of the one places that you might find just
Which-
equality.
Right.
Like a fucking, like, yeah, you come from Mississippi. I come from Michigan.
Right.
I'm the racist one, of
You
course,
are
'cause I'm
all
from Michigan. But you know what?
equally
Fuck it.
worthless.
Yeah, like this dude, I've gotten to know you naturally. We're in the shit together.
Right.
Some shit pops off. I know you got me.
Right.
And fuck it, I got you.
Okay.
That does something. And you don't give a fuck about bullshit. It's the 90s. That's what they live. They
Right.
live the 90s where it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck what
Right.
you believe. When it comes down to it,
The army's in living
they're
color.
beyond it. They're in living color. They are beyond the bullshit.
Right.
Us, meanwhile, and this bitch can't get past the bullshit and find any fucking reason to hate each other because we have to. Because it's a thing. It's in our blood as Americans because America's blood is tainted as fuck.
So
That's what it is.
So then, what are you afraid of? Because
Okay, oh,
because
yeah.
my thing
to
is
finish my point,
to finish
I
your point.
suppose. Okay, no, I'm afraid these. Okay, at first I didn't give a fuck until you have politicians, people in Congress,
Hydra.
who who make decisions, who pass laws, who are right now trying to do some of the craziest fucking shit we've ever seen. The most strict, crazy abortion laws, trying to get it abolished altogether.
Right.
The voter suppression, which we will talk about next show,
next episode.
is insanity, especially this fucking state that we live in. They're basically trying to make a way to where they can overturn an election.
Right.
They are doing insane shit, discriminatory shit. Nazi gas on prisoners.
Yeah. In
The
Arizona.
most
Yeah.
outrage- 'cause this is shit from fucking 1984.
I feel
this
like
is
I
shit
have
from
to
a
explain
dystopian novel.
context on that, and it's terrible. I believe that there's
It's a
no
bad
reason.
look, Marco.
I just have to at least. I don't know
Yeah.
the science or
It's
the
cheaper?
resource. No, we're low on the poison.
Oh,
load.
for a dang. All right, then stop killing death row inmates. Fine. Just let them live their.
Well,
No,
that would
I
be
mean-
smarter, or whatever. Waiting until the shipment comes in, whatever you want to do.
I feel like they can push it back. Like,
Right.
where are they going?
No,
you know?
but like I'm slowly starting to be like, death penalty. I'm not sure about it. Used to be like, yeah, fucking kill them all.
I mean,
I'm
I will say this: between death penalty and locking me in a cage for 4
Forever,
years.
yeah. I feel like death penalty is
Well-
the easiest way out.
well. I also like am for rehabilitation. That's another prison industrial complex.
That's
another episode.
podcast.
Hey,
My
July.
thing is, with all of this crazy shit,
Yeah.
is the internet makes it seem like it's a united thing. that, oh man, there's 100,000 people that believe the Earth is flat. 100,000 people that believe the QAnon exists.
They're 15% of the Republican
How many
Party.
people is that?
That's about a good million.
Okay,
So.
a good million versus how many other millions?
Okay, that's great,
Right?
Sammy. But
Right.
the fact that they're growing, that number was smaller before.
Right. And the thing is that the powers that be, the crazy ones, the Q people, they're doing everything in their power to hold on to the power that they have. And thus far, they've been unsuccessful. If they are successful, which, if they are, there's still a good chunk of the nation, democratic places, that won't do those things.
Right.
And that will get people to go there and get all the workers and get all the resources and make all the money.
I am not.
Now, when it comes down to it, if it comes down to ultimately being anti-America, like anti the U.S. government, what does the U.S. government do the best? Eliminate their enemies with extreme prejudice. If it gets to that point,
It will not be another civil
I
war.
did
But-
not expect
No.
him to make this fucking point.
but
Yeah,
no,
right.
but people want to play that fucking game, so let's play the game and how it would play out. Okay.
Oh no, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
yeah,
So
continue.
so they go, we're going to take up
'Cause they
arms against
clearly
the
don't know.
U.S. government.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this shit
And the
around.
U.S. government is like, all right, drone strike fucking Huntington Beach, California. Fuck it. Let's do it. Boom. Here's $100,000.
Place in California. Good job.
Here's $100,000 or $100 million to fix everything we blew up. Sorry about it. Right?
Do they have a zoo?
I don't know, but they're gonna buy a zoo anyway. No, but here's the last
buying a
part.
zoo.
If we're talking about people fighting the government, and we're also talking about people in the same queue, people that think that there's microchips in the vaccine,
Right.
I'm talking about going Spanish.
Yeah, we really undersold. Like, we're at the end, and we've never talked about Corona.
I'm going Spanish Empire on
Cover
these
it all.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm going Spanish Empire. Blankets full of smallpox, coughing on them. I'm talking, we will snuff them out. If they don't want to take the shot, or if we find out the Modernas and the Pfizers. I know the Pfizer needs a booster. If Moderna needs a booster, we're not sure. We'll figure it out. But if it needs a booster, then we go, okay, QAnon people, you
heard
ain't
the
getting...
inverse.
Huh?
I heard the inverse.
What, that you don't need a booster?
No, that Moderna needs a boost. Well, they all need boosters, but Moderna needs one first. Moderna
Okay.
needs one in 6 months, Pfizer in a year.
Okay, cool. It's fine.
Johnson & Johnson tomorrow.
Johnson & Johnson needs more Johnsons. But one more Johnsons.
Thank you, Boots B. Knockin, to that tier 1 sub for Yak numbers.
Yeah, yak numbers. Thank you everybody for the support. So I say, yeah, Aztec Empire. Snuff them out with disease, and they can fight as much as they want. But if they can't breathe and they can't live, and we'd lock them out to all the medical facilities, or worse, bomb their medical facilities like we do at war,
God.
then they're done.
A much simpler.
No, but here's the thing. When my brother made me feel...
That's not the way how fighting and
This is not how this goes.
Well, no, but you get crazy enough leftist people, the actual radical left.
Right.
Perhaps that's the way it goes down. My thing is, and this is what helps me sleep at night. And it's kind of fucked up, but it helps me sleep at night. My brother's a big history buff.
Mm-hmm.
And what he goes, yeah, okay, they enslaved us all. Then what happens? 100 years from now, they try to break out and they fail. Okay. Another 50 years, people forget about that. They try, and eventually they break out, murder all those people, and then everything is restored to normal. There's a balance to these types of things, right? And if it means that we were enslaved for this generation for 50, 100 years and our lives are wasted, but then it ultimately leads in the circle of life that ends up with democracy coming back, that's just history, baby. That's the world.
You went a completely
Yeah,
different
that's
way than I
that's
thought
that's
he
the
was
craziness.
going. I was
If
just-
America falls, then we fall.
I want to say that
Empires rise.
I will pause.
Yeah.
Sam, pause, and then I'm just going to say 2 sentences and pass the ball back to Tommy.
Okay.
What you said is as crazy as QAnon.
That was some QAnon ass shit. That was nuts. That was that was the opposite QAnon.
You told me to pause.
Same coin, different side.
Right, but if
it
you
was literally as crazy as saying everyone that believes in QAnon has ever logged into that server gets shipped to the moon.
Yeah.
We will ship them all to the moon.
let me just well, no, you just called me a QAnon person. I have to defend myself a little bit. How much do you think I actually believe that?
Not a lot.
Not a whole lot, but that is
Someone might
actually,
listen to this
but that is
and
actually feasible as of with America's history of how cruel we've been. That linearly makes sense. Maybe not bombing a church full of American-centered whatever.
They did it in Tulsa.
They did it in the right. Right. Just saying.
Tommy, finish
My
your thought.
fear, Marco. Thank you. You saved me from this abyss that is Sammy. My fear.
Pussy, I'm afraid. Me, I'm Tommy, man.
End of democracy is my fear, which is a very real thing. And when that ends, then you are just on a road to maybe some crazy shit that he predicted. But no, look, flat out, plain and simple, these motherfuckers are rigging elections. More and more QAnon, including Tito fucking Ortiz, are becoming officials, government officials, making decisions, members of school boards, of government that can make laws. That might become the norm. When that becomes the norm and we start getting crazy anti-abortion laws, a bunch of just anti-progressive laws, that's QAnon, because they will be the ones voting for that. Yeah, they'll wild out. It might be some scuffles between Antifa and QAnon. Those will be limited. Those will be contained. Those will be their own things because most people don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
But if you get an official who was elected in office by QAnon, that means that's his constituents, which means you're going to start getting all this draconian shit we're seeing now. That could get more extreme. That is my fear. And QAnon is the fuel for that shit because that is who they're trying to attract. That is their constituents. They're like, this is the loudest group. They love Trump. That's why they support Trump. You don't think they want to get rid of that motherfucker? They wanted to immediately. Mitch McConnell especially couldn't. Why? Because they, 54%, more than that, 64%, said they want to vote for Trump in 2024. He is the king of the Republicans. You have to go to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the fucking ring. And now this son of a bitch, who was teeter-tottering around the whole Proud Boys thing with stand back, stand by, now he's doing that with fucking QAnon, because QAnon's theory is August he's getting reinstated. He is now starting to say, I'm getting reinstated. He's been miserable and depressed. Have you seen?
Oh yeah,
it's wedding crashing.
It's the greatest thing.
It is
in my
the most
life.
depressing, beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. His blog ended.
He's
losing his fucking mind, and now he is listening to the My Pillow guy to the point to where he said, "Hey, August, you can get reinstated because of this audit, this sham audit by cyber ninjas in Arizona is going to cause many an audit, and it's going to flip it around. By August, you'll be back in office. This fucking loser." That's what I'm saying. And now he's spreading that, and that is all those fuckers need to rally and do another January 6th. So end of democracy and another January 6th is my fear, because I don't want to see either one of those goddamn things. And they could very well do that.
I will say, to your note, my fear is not Trump. Like, people just gravitate towards him, and they gravitate to Q.
Yeah.
It's literally everything is based on, for QAnon, them getting an ounce of truth.
Yeah.
And that ounce of truth has led to things like, yeah, Trump lost, but the Democrats lost every Senate race, they didn't win one.
No.
The only people that won a Congress race were people that have a popularity to them, that being right. Basically, everyone in the crew.
Yeah.
Everyone not in the crew that's a moderate lost.
Right.
And it's just people dig themselves into, I am D, I will win, because fuck off, you're red.
Yeah.
But that's not how you win elections. You have to contest ideas. And certain people do, certain people don't. And if they're not prepared to contest ideas, that's where you lose.
Yeah.
If you can't make an argument without using an ist word, like that's racist, that's blah, 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 you're not going to reach enough votes to win.
No, it's about the red meat.
Exactly.
That's what it is. You have the extreme words. What's the most extreme words? Oh, all Democrats are socialists, and
But that has come full circle. Where now even conservatives are like, what does socialist even mean? We get healthcare. I mean, we get literally Medicare and Medicaid or socialist programs that work.
Right.
Food stamps. They
So-
get many things.
I think how we proceed is going to be how we deal with Boebert and how we deal with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I
And
those are the two most
They're
popular
ostracized.
ones.
right. No, but we need like actually ostracize is one thing, but to like just be like, all right,
Matt
enough
Gaetz
is too much. And Matt Gaetz, enough is too much.
Probably going to jail.
Enough is too much. You can't hold a position anymore. You're too fucking crazy. That's, I mean, we need to get there.
No, we're not. We're
No,
going the
right.
opposite
But then the
direction.
other thing is, I think Biden runs if he's alive,
I don't think he makes it.
but we don't know. We don't know. He's elderly.
I hope he does.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's fine.
I feel like
He's
Kamala,
okay.
I feel
But
like
here's the point.
Kamala versus Donald is a better race.
I
No,
feel
but-
like that's a way better race.
But what I'm saying is, if he is able to get rid of coronavirus or like really knock it down, if he gets everything open again, and if he gets that infrastructure shit thing where people's roads start going better and they have faster internet and their lights don't go out and shit, those are all popular, like massively popular. If he's able to get any of those started and people can start benefiting from just the awfulness we've been in the last 5 years, if we can start seeing some of those lights at the end of the tunnel that he's trying to propose with some of those energy bills, clean energy bills and shit like that, things start getting cheaper like gas. When things start working that way, I think that's when it becomes easy. And we're like, yeah, fuck that craziness. We were bored inside with coronavirus. I got the minimum wage is now $15. I'm making $8 more now. This is fucking sweet.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump only lost because of the coronavirus.
Right.
Yeah, I do too.
But what I'm saying is people had time. Yeah, because people had time to dick around and be like, that's a good idea because I'm a crazy person inside twiddling my thumbs.
It's literally because he was like, it's not a big deal, and then he caught it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody around him started catching.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
Surprise, Chris Christie is alive.
Oh, me too.
But I'm just saying, people are like, oh, I'm so tough. I don't believe in coronavirus. But you get rid of it and you open everything up and you add more money in their pockets and you make them have nicer roads.
Well, he has a 63% approval
Right,
rating.
right.
Yeah.
And if you just
55.
write that to
Is
65,
it down to 65?
No,
No.
he's held 55 since he got elected.
right.
All right.
But if you write that to 65, that's really fucking high for a president. But if you write
That's
that
very high.
and you go, yeah, my roads are better and my kids have food, and like I said, the minimum wage, everyone benefits from that. I mean, and then you put in rent protections and shit like that. There's a lot of things you got to do to make that work so people don't just be like, your rent's $8,000 now. Then people will be like, oh yeah, I want more of this instead of that crazy fucking virus that almost killed my family.
People with common sense want that.
No,
shit,
but if you
Sam.
give a poor person who's dumb as shit another $8 in their paycheck,
Tell those dumb motherfuckers that.
Right.
That's the problem.
And that's marketing. That's on the Democrats.
have
Owning-
horrendous marketing.
owning their policies actually is a conversation that they're having now.
They need to.
And putting Biden's name on shit and being like Trump did.
get
Like-
celebrities
Like
out
Trump
there. I don't
scribbled
care.
it with
That didn't work for Hillary.
no,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Trump scribbled his name on every fucking thing. He's like, this is the Trump potato. This is the Trump
I
checks.
got this
And-
for you.
right. So that was one thing for marketing he was good at. He's good at a lot of things.
Republicans are
I
good
hate
at
him.
Marketing in general.
Trump vodka. Doesn't even drink.
No,
Doesn't even drink. But
Which
I'm
I-
hoping McDonald's does the job, baby. Come on, Mickey D's. I believe.
What, you want a BTS meal?
I want him to
I
have.
tried it. It's great.
Isn't it just chicken nuggets?
But the sauces, it's a chili sauce and it's another sauce I forgot the name of. And
Is it
it's-
gochujang?
And
It's Korean.
What's worse is that YouTube allows right-wing people like Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh. I don't actually know the last two. Spread fear mongering on YouTube. They've been all over my feed despite not following politics for years.
Yeah, I get Ben Shapiro ads, and I'm like, why is this
yeah,
dumb
I-
idiot on my fucking shit?
Because I subscribe to Brian Tyler Cohen, which negates Ben Shapiro. Because he's complete opposite direction.
And I haven't reported it because I'm glad his money's being wasted on me, knowing that he's a complete
He's a
dipshit.
weird dipshit.
Which, can we just end it on Ben Shapiro wanting to be a movie producer and then just fucking hijinxing himself into this awful
We
position?
can talk about that in the compas. That
All
being
right.
said, we're on final thoughts. Tommy,
Final thoughts.
Hold on, I got it.
God damn it.
No, you know why? You know why? Because Marco said this about everything that you say, which is it's all bullshit.
He almost took the words
that's
out.
been your last two conclusions.
Yes.
To be fair,
It's not here. I'll put that in a nicer way. We are in a dire spot right now. Right now, we are in a very dire spot. This next midterm that comes up, and any election after this point, very important. Democrats, because they suck at everything almost, will probably lose the House okay. And once Republicans are back in office, it's going to be hell. It's going to be shitty. And it's not going to be great. So really, just honest to God, voting is the only thing you can do. That is the only savior you have, is that locally more than anything. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't think that's going to happen personally because, again, people are not the brightest. The brightest ones do what they have to do. It's just not enough bright people. So be prepared for that. A Republican House, maybe a Republican Senate. And, yeah, see
Definitely
where that goes. We'll see if that negates QAnon. They'll be like, well, we're back in power. We don't have to listen to these crazy fuckers anymore. Or it'll go more hardcore. And, hey, handguns will be legal without licenses everywhere.
I will say,
good old Texas.
To end this podcast,
yes.
QAnon is filthy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We were talking about it. We got all over the place. No, yeah, QAnon is a bunch of crazy people. They are. And the thing is, you have to treat them with kid gloves in order to even come close to unprogramming them, because there are people who have gotten out of QAnon and see things in a whole different way, but it's so hard to deprogram them. And they are a detriment because these people aren't going to change their thoughts at all. And if it's spreading more than decreasing, that's a problem, and that's going to lead to, very bad things.
So here's where I am at the balance. Don't exhaust yourself. You can't break yourself. You can't break other people from the trance that they're in while breaking yourself. That's just not a thing.
Right.
That being said, on the other hand of the token, if you know people are getting a little bit more like tilted right, or whatever, any direction, even if it's left, and it's like, I'm a communist now, whatever. Like
a lot of those.
Yeah. Right. Like the actual communists are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not a way to go.
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Bring them home. Whatever you can do before they get to those far stern. And like, if you see a friend, because everyone has a circle of like 100 people. Some of them are just acquaintances. Some of them.
But yeah.
I meant in your family. If you add your family plus, you have some.
Right.
Tommy, that's the saddest shit you said this whole podcast.
I'm okay with it. I like keeping my circle small.
But no, so do I. But still, I like
people
being an asshole too.
Included. Yeah, I got it.
You just pull them in a little bit, just a lot, as much as you can. You respect them, they respect you, and that's the only way we can keep too many people from going into the dark side.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's legit the dark side, Sammy.
I don't deal with the other side. You guys can do that.
Your dad's an ICE agent.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Your uncle.
Almost my dad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Your brother-in-law is an ICE agent.
Right, and he shuts the fuck up about it, and he doesn't believe in what he does. Sorry, ICE. No, but I mean, he's not doing the border stuff. Thank God.
He's literally doing the border.
He's not doing the border stuff. He's like,
what does ICE do?
His assignment.
Kicking doors in and just.
Hey! This is my family. All right, if you're gonna bring my family, take it fucking serious.
Okay,
go for it. Chill out. No, I'm just saying. Chill out.
Yo.
So he extradites criminals who are not here legally.
So like cartel. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes back to the Philippines and shit, and it goes makes sure. Yeah, like an action movie.
Yeah.
So chill the fuck out about that.
We love you.
I know.
My uncle works in ICE, and that's not true because they extradite anyone.
Right.
Anyone, any meat packing plant, any criminal, anyone that comes across his desk is fucking gone. It doesn't matter what they are, including your brother-in-law. So don't say that don't act higher than thou. Everyone has them in their family.
Right. No, I'm just saying, chill the fuck out about it.
All right.
And don't speak out of turn. No, I'm not mad. Hey, let's do the outro and shit. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm just saying, get it right. I don't like that. It's my family, and we're cool. You're my family. We're cool. What I'm saying is, he's there, but he doesn't need to be, he's not astray. He knows what the job is, and he does it. And a lot of the stuff comes with a bunch of other stuff when you get into it. It's not my business. But I still love him. He doesn't need to be deprogrammed or anything. He does the job. That's it. Okay? Yeah, it's not a good job, but he's in Fresno. He's not at the border. He's in Fresno. So, which there's... don't get me wrong. There's people there. There's people there that are undocumented.
The border is like, turn around, you're good.
Right? No, but like, And hold on. Okay, you coming, and hiya! No, but sorry I got so rough. It's just
We don't care, man.
be easy about it.
We love you.
So the idea was that one, he doesn't need reprogramming because he's close to me. And if he did, because we did have somebody in our family member who did turn that to Q, and he's in the woods, right? That's a legit thing that we had.
Q is the furthest end of the extent. Like,
No, but
once you go to Q, it's too far.
Yeah,
we know, but we're removed by one. One person, like in terms of relation.
You have one.
We had one.
Okay.
Had one.
Okay.
He doesn't talk to the family, and he's in the wilderness on his own, as he should be, because he said some outlandish shit about my nieces and nephews, blood relative.
Yeah.
And he's done. That's how we operate. We don't fuck around. So my final thought, just to be brief, is that I got to rally my troops, which is going to be the Democrats, to make sure that they're doing things the right way. That way they keep the power. So that way all the things that you guys want, they can eventually get done. Because the things that you all want goes through the Democratic Party. That's why I don't like a lot of shit talk about him. That's why I'll defend Pelosi, even though she probably doesn't speak in my best interest, but she speaks way past into my best interest than any of those other red motherfuckers do. So my job is to make sure I hold the fire to the feet of the blue people, and you guys can try to unbrainwash the red people. They're too far gone.
I would never.
Well, they're too far gone.
Marco's great at that.
Marco will fix the pink people.
Because I would try, and then it would get to a point where I was just like, "You stupid motherfucker!"
Right.
Look, yeah.
And I know that I don't have that patience,
Yeah,
right?
I don't either.
So that's what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's all you can do.
Bye.
Good evening, guys. Thank you for coming to this Mongrel Radio. If you want to find me, just type JL Marco 62
Marco's
into
fine.
anything. No, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I just want to. We'll hash it out on after the air.
It's nothing to hash out.
Yeah.
You got more serious. Oh, you got more.
No, you got
No,
serious.
but you got more. No, but he usually lets me do that. You got more serious back to me than I've ever seen you get back to me.
I just called you out. That's all it was. That being said, I just
Slow love him.
so I'm looking here at 2 hours and 32 minutes. That's why I'm rushing us out.
Okay.
Yes. Wrap it up.
I got work tomorrow.
Yes.
Me too.
Sammy, where can they find you?
Don't. I'm kidding. Mexcellence on all forms of social media. Tommy's about to run the Twitter. Wait, who's Tommy? Where can you find you?
_art Instagram.
That being said, join us Sunday. We'll be doing McGrew's
Is
reviews.
Sunday the next thing?
Yeah, Sunday.
Shit, I'm gonna do so. Oh, that's right. It's Thursday.
Yes, 2 days.
I might do
3
something with
days,
this new
yeah.
gaming rig set up here that I got set up. So
It's not though.
give
McGrew's
me
reviews. We're doing the Devil Made Me Do
Conjuring.
It.
Yeah. Conjuring 3.
Bye.
Bye.